think I came to play? You better stop playing hookaboo. I ain't got time to be playing with you, cause time's of the essence, baby. Time's of the essence, baby. You need to do your part. Time's of the essence, baby. You're gonna have to start. Time is of the essence, baby. You need to do your part. Time is of the essence, baby. You're gonna have to start. When I pull up the whole weather, be raining men and women like a whole needle. Be dripping in the stormy weather, cause the ladies and the men wanna taste my butter. Give me a minute, I'ma glow up, just wait. Leveling up on a daily, oh baby, you better hurry up. It's getting hot in here, too hot, too hot, too hot. To meditate, hit the gym, make a bag, then go on a date. I'm doing okay. Trust me, you need to worry about your body. You need to do your part. Time's of the essence, baby. You're gonna have to start. Time is of the essence, baby. You need to do your part. Time is of the essence, baby. You're gonna have to start. Form. I hope you guys are feeling great and enjoying the summer heat. As Canadians, we know we only get a few months to enjoy all of this. So soak it in, and I hope you enjoy the game, the performance, and the rest of your weekend. Okay, so if you want to vibe with the song, okay, guys? I wished upon a star and nobody answered me. I called upon the gods and I heard laughter, laughter, laughter. No one to save me, no one to be my hero. My empty promises to change my bad behavior fell on empty ears, drowned in all my tears, poison wishing wells, and now I'm crying to my peers. No one wants me, no one loves me, no one wants to be my friend. No one to hold me, heaven loan me money when I'm in a pinch or a bend. Help me when I'm in a pinch or a bend. I am in a pinch in a bend. No one wants me, no one loves me, no one wants to be my friend. Heavenly Father, I want to start with a thank you for your grace and your mercy and your love, good, good Father. I've come before you with an offering as empty as my wallet, but my mother is crying, so I feel
Oh, welcome to Toronto Maple Leafs Baseball on YouTube. Thomas West here alongside Zach Benoit. As you see there, a couple new faces in the lineup for the Toronto Maple Leafs. We'll have more on that as the pregame show goes on. The Toronto Maple Leafs, they're coming off a big win against the Kitchener Panthers, their last time out, where they needed a gutsy effort, and they got a big shutdown inning from Dustin Richardson, who was named an All-Star. We'll also have more on that from Noam Streifer. On the other side, it's the Welland Jackfish. This is a team on a 4-game win streak, trying to make it 5 games in a row, but the Toronto Maple Leafs have played Welland quite well this season. With more on the All-Star selections, here's Noam Streifer.
Thanks, Thomas. The All-Star rosters have been set for the IBL this season, and we're going to have 4 All-Stars going from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Dan Mara, John Javier, Jordan Castaldo, and Dustin Richardson have all been selected. Castaldo, I spoke to him a couple of weeks back after his career 100 home run, and he talked about his plate approach where he's not going up there trying to hit home runs. He wants to put the good swing on the ball and just get some base hits, and as you can see, the results have been great. He's had 5 home runs on the season, and his walk-to-strikeout rate sits at 16 to just 12. Moving over to Dustin Richardson. Richardson has allowed just 0 runs on the season, has pitched 9 2/3 innings, and surrendered just 4 walks to 17 strikeouts. I got to talk to him post-game a couple of weeks back, and here's what he had to say.
So for me, I'm calm out there, but the juices are flowing, and if I just throw with conviction and stay aggressive and make some pitches, good things can happen.
Wise words from Dustin Richardson. I really, really enjoyed the part where he talked about throwing the ball with conviction, and that's something that we're hearing a little bit more around this Leafs clubhouse since. It's a really good mindset to have as a pitcher, and I'm liking what I'm hearing. I'm going to send it back up now. Thomas?
Oh, thank you, Noam. Good stuff there. Love that quote as well from Dustin Richardson. And this is the All-Star selections on the side of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Dan Mara is the second baseman, Jordan Castaldo at first. Marcus Connect is not going to be going to the All-Star game, something that he actually is pretty broken up about it. Really wanted to be on that team, but unfortunately still rehabbing an injury. John Javier is a reserve at third base. Luis Florentino is one of the starting pitcher spots, and Dustin Richardson also named as one of the starters in a relief pitcher spot. And, Zach, one of the coolest things about this for the Toronto Maple Leafs is they've really upped their total of the amount of players from last season.
Well, I believe last season it was 3 guys that went to the All-Star game. Now, like you said, they double that total with 6. Obviously, like you said about Marcus Connect, it's a little bit unfortunate. He's still rehabbing that injury, but I think a lot of Leafs fans, I know us especially, would like to see a healthy Marcus Connect at the later stages of this season. But when you look up and down, those are a lot of deserving guys going to that All-Star game. The one that sticks out for me, though, John Javier, his first year in the IBL, it was a little bit delayed of a start too. He didn't really start the year right away, came in a couple games afterwards, and he just took off red hot, and he hasn't slowed down. He's been playing some phenomenal baseball. Jordan Castaldo, he does it every single year. He's a fantastic player. Dan Mara, very deserving. And then, like you said, both of those pitchers, they have been sensational for the Maple Leafs so far this year, and very excited to see them represent the team at the All-Star game.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool seeing Dan Mara getting in as well in his mid-30s in the Intercounty Baseball League. Spent a while playing in this league, but had never been to an IBL All-Star game. I want to get into that more, but before we do, here's Dan Mara. I spoke with him before the game. I'm joined now by Dan Mara from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Dan, you were just recently named an All-Star. I know you're always coming to me, saying you're getting old, and I know you aren't, but to be an All-Star at this point in your career, what does that mean to you?
It's exciting. It's an honor for sure. I don't know if I was expecting it. I think this is my first one. I think back in the day, I was talking to Jordan. I don't think they used to do All-Star games, or maybe they did, but they would name like the all IBL teams. I think I had a few of those, but I don't remember ever playing in an All-Star game. So, I mean, I think it's an honor at any point in my career. But yeah, year 14 is a lot of people weren't expecting that.
A lot of representation for this Maple Leafs team as well at the All-Star game, a lot more than last year. How cool is it going to be for you going with all your teammates, and how proud are you of just how many Maple Leafs there are on that roster?
Yeah, it's exciting for sure. And you know what? It's well-deserved. And there's even guys that aren't going that I thought could have been roster spots. So it's exciting. It's going to be fun to be there with the guys for sure. And yeah, I'm happy for all the guys because I think they deserve it. A lot of guys playing well in this room for sure.
Just on the game today against the Welland Jackfish, I know this is a team that's tough, but you've played them pretty well. What do you guys need to do today to get a win?
Yeah, we have played them well. They're a good team. It starts on the mound. I think we got Josh going today, pitched really well against him last time. Starts on the mound, it's good defense, and then good at bats. I don't know who they got going today, but we just got to play them like we did the last few times. And you know what? They're a good team, and I think we get up to play them because we know they're at the top of the standings, and we know that they're going to be, they're a tough game every time. So I like the way that our room gets up for those games, and I think we got to do the same thing. It's just fundamentals of baseball. Starts on the mound, and then good at bats and good defense.
All right, Dan, thank you. Yeah, congrats to Dan there. Really deserving selection, hitting 300 with the Toronto Maple Leafs this season. It's just been fantastic. Showed off a little bit of power at the beginning of the year as well, which he admitted he wasn't trying to do, but it's just the product of having a good swing. We're going to take a quick break now for the national anthem, so we'll be right back.
Yeah, Dan was a guy we talked in the offseason and we thought about moving more into a secondary role, but he's been playing outstanding for us. He's actually one of our best players on the team this year, and I personally apologized to him. I said, I'm sorry I doubted you, because Dan has been a good team leader, good teammate, and he's been great. He's been great for us all around. And as you can see, we moved him to the 2-hole because he has good quality at bats, and it shows. And when you have good quality at bats, Dan, he does a good job, getting the head out, and good things happen here when you do that, when you get the ball in the air at Christie Pitts.
Yeah, so good stuff there. Dan Mara just, played his way into the starting lineup. Not that we ever had any doubt that he was going to be in that role. And he's, after maybe a bit of a down season last year, he's right back in it, and one of the best hitters, as Dustin Richards said, on the Toronto Maple Leafs this season, puts up a professional bat every single time. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Welland Jackfish today, as Jonah Weisner, one of the best hitters in the IBL right now, leading things off. Then Gio Morello. After that, Boucher, Mullen, and Barrett, a powerful three in the lineup, followed by Mateo Porcelato, Austin Gaume, Brendan Luther, and Brandon Hupe batting ninth for the Toronto Maple Leafs. This lineup, one of the best in the Intercounty Baseball League, right there with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Zach, we're looking at two of the better lineups in the IBL today.
Yeah, they've been playing really, really good baseball, and I think that's just something you could easily say about the Welland Jackfish year in and year out with the ability that they have to construct this lineup. They also do a really good job of just getting guys in later in the year. Some of their college players that they have called in today in that starting lineup, we'll touch on them a little bit when they come up to bat. But this Welland Jackfish team, partner, they always put up a good fight, and they're always going to put out a really good lineup.
Going up against Josh Berenbaum, who got the win for the Maple Leafs last time in Welland. That was the last time the Welland Jackfish lost a game, if you can believe it, all the way back on July 1st. Josh Berenbaum was fantastic, and he's showing that he is absolutely one of the better starters on this team this year.
Well, 29 and 1/3 innings pitched. I mean, Berenbaum has been sensational. 32 strikeouts to only 12 walks. He's given up, 13 earned runs on the year, but he's really locked it down. 6 starts on the year for this team. His ERA sitting just underneath that 4. And it's just going to be very exciting to see, does Welland answer back at all, or does Berenbaum continue to have his dominance that he has had so far this year?
Yeah, it was funny. I was talking to Josh Berenbaum earlier in this season after a game I think it was against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, where he pitched really well here at Christie Pitts, and it was kind of the best start that he had all season at the time, although he did have a good one against Kitchener earlier on. And we talked about, one of the things that he was kind of dealing with early in the season is that he was going out to these games, a lot of them against the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers, or these long road trips that the Maple Leafs had to go on, and he knew there was no one behind him. And I mean literally, the Maple Leafs didn't have very many pitchers left behind him, so he kind of had to go out and save his pitch count a little bit, go out, throw a lot of strikes. And that can be a nerve-wracking feeling, can't it, when you're going out there knowing that you have to go 6 innings or the team is probably going to lose the baseball game. So he's kind of being asked to go out and do a job for the team. Well, in the last couple games, he's got some support behind him, and you can tell that he's feeling a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah, and I think the pitching for the Maple Leafs, that was kind of the key point that we've had for the last couple of years, is that the pitching has had to kind of start to figure it out. And they look like they finally have. Berenbaum, like you said, he goes that 6 innings. It's massive for him and for the team, because you're saving some of the arms that you didn't have at the time. So, today you have a little bit more to use. If Berenbaum goes only 5, you still have those bullpen arms that are able to go, but it's still massive just what he's been able to do for this squad so far.
Yeah, so last time out against the Welland Jackfish, 6 innings, no earned runs, no runs whatsoever, didn't walk anyone, struck out 5, and gave up just the 5 hits. So he has been fantastic for his side this season. You're also going to see some new faces in the lineup for the Toronto Maple Leafs today. Let's start with Chad Picton, who's going out to play center field right now. I've been talking to the management a little bit about this guy, someone that they're really excited about, that they really like his bat. He was playing in the NAIA with the Tennessee Bulldogs, and he's got a powerful bat. He's got a really good bat. He is an infielder, so they're trying him out in the outfield. They're going to see how that works out today. We're going to get a good look at him in the outfield, but this will be a guy that's exciting for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yeah, and we saw him shagging fly balls pre-game, so it'll be very interesting to see, how he has that transition to the outfield. But I know they are very excited about some of the young guys they have coming back from college, playing in either NAI or NCAA. But there's another guy not making his debut, but he's returning. The guy that has my favorite nickname on the team, the Baby Giraffe, McKaskey.
Yeah, that was given to him by Garrett Takamatsu in a Maple Leafs mic'd up last season, so I don't know how official that was. But
I hope it's official. It's still my favorite nickname on the team.
Yeah, I'm good to roll with it if you are. He had a really good season playing Division I baseball. How many times do you see a Division I baseball player do really well in the intercounty baseball? Like, they're hoping that's the case again. The Maple Leafs already know Aiden McCaskey's got a great bat. He was playing with the Charleston Southern Buccaneers in the NCAA's Division I. The big number, 12 home runs this season, tied for 11th in the Big Southern Conference out in the NCAA. So he's got a lot of power, hit .317 as well. Also played for the Kokomo Jackrabbits last season as well. So couple teams with great names and big resume for Aiden McCaskey as well. He's going to be the first baseman today for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and they're happy to have him back in the lineup once again from playing NCAA baseball. First pitch here from Josh Berenbaum, and it's in there for strike 1. Jonah Weisner leading things off for the Welland Jackfish, hitting .361 on the season. Here's the 0-1 from Berenbaum. Weisner whacks it foul down the left side.
This is also something we've seen Berenbaum do a lot in his starts, is just get ahead of hitters really early in the ball game, and he's doing it right here against a really good hitter in Weisner. Already had 0-2.
Misses outside with that pitch. 1-2 the count now. 21 RBIs for Jonah Weisner. Even though he's in the leadoff spot with 5 home runs, he's got some power at the plate and takes outside 2-2. Jonah Weisner is on pace to have maybe a record season in terms of at-bats. He gets a lot of them with that good Welland Jackfish lineup behind him. Already had 108 of them on the season. That pitch misses from Berenbaum again outside, so now the count 3-2. Josh Berenbaum comes into the start with an ERA of 3.99 and 29 in a third innings pitched for the Maple Leafs. This one's fouled off by Weisner.
You know, before that Kitchener game, the IBL power rankings came out, and I was talking to a couple of the Maple Leaf players. They saw that they dropped to 9, and they were not happy about it. They wanted to get back in that win column, start moving back up those power rankings, especially after the dominant 4-game win streak they had.
Jonah Weisner takes the walk, so Welland Jackfish have a base runner to start the top of the first inning. Jonah Weisner has now walked in 5 consecutive games, if you can believe it, doing a job at a leadoff spot for the Guelph Royals, although hasn't got on base a lot with the hits, only has 2 hits in his last 3. Now Gianfranco Morello. Morello hitting .333 on the season for the Jackfish. And Morello takes strike 1.
And how many times have we said Morello's name when playing the Maple Leafs? He always hits well against them. Last time he was here, he had 4 singles, then that booming home run off of the pole just beyond that right field wall.
Here's the 0-1. That pitch misses outside. Talked about Josh Berenbaum having some support behind him in terms of the bullpen for the Maple Leafs. They've got some big dogs ready to go today. It looked like Wilhenis Alvarado was getting ready to come into the game after Josh Berenbaum, and maybe Luis Florentino as well. I think they'll also be score dependent for the Maple Leafs.
And also, don't get confused if you see Luis Florentino rocking the big 43, because he's wearing Dustin Richardson's jersey tonight.
Yeah, always interesting with jersey numbers in the Intercounty
Got
Baseball
some
League.
inside information there about that one.
2 1s in there, 2-2. Josh Berenbaum will be kicking himself after the first at-bat. He was up 0-2 against Jonah Weisner, then walked him on a long at-bat. Now is the count level at 2 here against Gio Morello. And Morello pops it foul off to the left, and this is kind of what Jonah Weisner did as well. Fouled off some tough pitches, took the pitches that were off the plate outside, and worked the walk.
This is a very disciplined Welland Jackfish team. They have 5 guys that have double-digit walks. Excuse me, 6 guys that have double-digit walks. Leading the way is Robert Mullen with that 21. He sees the ball extremely well for this Welland Jackfish team.
Berenbaum just had a check on the runner Weisner over at first base. Now delivers the 2-2, and this one's fouled off again.
This is just the impressive part of Gio Morello's game. It's the contact ability that he has. He is so good at just putting the bat to the ball. There's times where he doesn't need to put a lot of power behind it as well. He just usually finds holes in the infield.
Pierre-Olivier Boucher on deck for the Jackfish, and the 2-2 pitch just misses. Long look in from Berenbaum. Wanted that one, so did Justin Mara. He kind of could see his expression kind of sag after catching that pitch and what he thought was in the strike zone. Well, Berenbaum's going to have to bear down on another 3-2 here. This is a big one here early in this game. The 3-2 pitch, runner goes. This one's on the ground to first and into the outfield. That's a base hit past a diving Aiden McCaskey. Oh, the hit and run was kind of on there, although I wouldn't be surprised if Jonah Weisner was happy to just try and steal that base with it being a 3-2 pitch.
Yeah, kind of shocked that Weisner didn't pick up the third base coach rounding second there, because he kind of just got to second, held up. Very easily could have gone first or third, but that's a big break for the Maple Leafs. They'll take that, especially with how the first 2 batters have gone.
Boucher hitting .290 on the season. He's at the plate now for the Jackfish. Robert Mullen, who leads the Intercounty Baseball League in home runs, is on deck. First pitch to Boucher in there for a strike.
He's one shy of that double-digit mark when it comes to the home run total.
Boucher lines this one into the outfield. This may find a gap at will. It's down. It rolls all the way to the wall. 1 run comes in to score for the Welland Jackfish. They're going to send the second as well. Here comes the throw to the plate. No throw. And the Jackfish lead 2-0. Boucher with a big RBI double here to give the Jackfish the lead.
Yeah, Boucher saw that pitch on the outside half, and that's what you like to say. He took it where it came. He just shot it right back opposite way and had that nice little tail right into that left center gap. Really an impossible play for either Picton or DeBanning to make a catch on that.
Now Robert Mullen, 26 RBIs, 9 home runs. Both of those lead the Intercounty Baseball League this season.
And stop me when you've heard this before, but a catcher leading the league in home runs. Really good catcher, too.
The 0-1, this one's chopped foul down the left side. Mullen swings and misses. Good breaking ball there from Josh Berenbaum, and that's out number 1. Big out there for Berenbaum. Runner still in scoring position, 1 away. This is Grayson Barrett who comes to the plate. Behind him is an even tougher out, Mateo Porcelato, who's hitting .437 on the season. Barrett at the dish now, hitting .281. Grayson Barrett has also driven in 23 runs this season. That's also among the league leaders in runs batted in. Takes a first pitch strike on the inner half, and this time it was Grayson Barrett who didn't like the call.
That's a beautiful, beautiful pitch. Going inside half to a really dangerous hitter.
Barrett swings over the top, and it appears that Josh Berenbaum may have got a good feel for this breaking ball now in the top of the first. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 3. How about Josh Berenbaum doing it himself out there? Now he's got 2 away.
That's big back-to-back strikeouts right there. You talk about Robert Mullen and Grayson Barrett, who are really just hitting the cover off the baseball to start the year. Berenbaum just goes right after him, gets 2 huge strikeouts.
Tough out here in Mateo Porcelato, a native of Pitt Meadows, British Columbia. Hitting .437 on the season. First pitch up high. Josh Berenbaum trying to limit the damage at 2 in the first inning. It was an RBI double by Boucher that knocked him in. Now a high chopper to second base, right to Dan Mara. Waits for McCaskey to get to the bag. The thought about taking that ball himself, but the Maple Leafs record the out after an RBI double by Boucher. Josh Berenbaum settles down nicely and gets the next 3 batters. It's the Welland Jackfish who lead 2-0 here in Toronto.
Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com. Because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
To be the best, you've got to bring performance from every second. The game is getting faster every season. So Rawlings made a time machine to help you keep up. Introducing the all-new Velo ACP. It's light, it's balanced, so you can pick your pitch and drive the ball with maximum exit velocity. The game's gotten faster. Your bat has.
Taking a look at the lineup for the Toronto Maple Leafs today, it's Ryan Dos Santos leading things off, followed by a couple of All-Stars in John Javier and Jordan Castaldo. Chad Picton, one of the new faces in the lineup for the Toronto Maple Leafs, he's batting cleanup, followed by Justin Mara, the catcher. Then it's Aiden McCaskey back with the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's batting in the 6th spot, followed by Dennis Tabanning, who had a big home run last game against the Kitchener Panthers, is looking really good at the plate for the Toronto Maple Leafs, followed by Dan Mara and Spencer Ross to round out the lineup for Toronto.
Yeah, this Toronto lineup, the top three, they've basically stayed the same all season. It's always been Dos Santos, Javier, and Castaldo, the three that have been really good to start the year when you think about it. Dos Santos leading things off. He's just been able to get on base with ease, it feels like, throughout the year. And he's among league leaders when it comes to runs scored at 30.
The pitcher for the Welland Jackfish, who we think will be an opener today, is Hayden Knoll, who comes into this game with an ERA of 8.10 in the 9 games that he's pitched for the Welland Jackfish. Last time out, winning an inning against the Brantford Red Sox 5 days ago. Gave up 1 earned run and faced 5 over that inning of work. Ryan Dos Santos takes strike 1. Ryan Dos Santos also had a big home run last time the Maple Leafs were here at Christie Pitts.
Yeah, he got a slider low.
Now he lines this one out towards center field, but that one's going to hang up in center. Hit it well, but right at Gio Morello, and that's out number 1.
That's kind of how the season has started out here when it comes to the hits category for Dos Santos. He's hitting the ball hard all over the park, but he's either right at a guy or someone's making a diving catch, it seems like. The average only sitting at 230, but his OPS partner's around 850 on the year.
And the Maple Leafs love that he gets on base. This guy's the opposite of Ryan Dos Santos. Loves to swing the bat. This is John Javier, although he takes that one for strike 1. Can hit everything. Doesn't really care where the pitch is. Although I asked him the other day, he said anything low in the zone he doesn't mind taking a good hack at. The 0-1 pitch is a bit too low for his taste and outside, and the count's 1-1.
We talk about loving to swing the bat. Dos Santos leads the team 32 walks. Javier has 5. He really likes to go up there and just swing, and usually when he makes contact, it is loud. He gets that bat through the zone so quick.
1 for 4 last game against Kitchener. The 1-1 pitch. Javier gets a good piece of it, but it's foul down the right field line. Yeah, John Javier has actually walked 3 times in his last 6 games, which is more than doubled his total for the entire season.
Pretty big numbers for Mr. Javier right there.
Here's the 1-2. In the dirt. John Javier, one of those all-star selections for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He'll be coming into the game off the bench. Also got in as a third baseman as well, but can't really classify him at any position for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He plays so many. Catcher, third base, outfield. The 2-2 from Knoll. Javier chops it foul towards third base. That one rolls to the Maple Leafs dugout.
I'm trying to think of the positions he hasn't played yet. I believe it's been shortstop and first base. Maybe second that he hasn't played yet. I think he's played everywhere in the outfield. Played catcher and third. Not sure if he's taken a rep at second yet or not.
Don't think so. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good breaking ball there from Knoll. He kind of quick pitched him as well, and that's out number 2.
Yeah, Knoll saw that swing on the previous pitch, which was a breaker on the inside half, and well, you decided to go outside, and it really crossed up Javier.
Jordan Castaldo still sitting on 499 career RBIs in his IBL career. First pitch in there for a strike. He's liked hitting against Welland, though. Couple home runs against the Jackfish, both in a game, would have been about a month ago now in Welland.
Those were some big-time home runs as well. Came late in the ball game.
Trying to get on base and get Chad Picton in that bat here. Castaldo, he didn't mean to, but he fouls it off on a check swing.
Yeah, just a little bit of the excuse me swing there.
There's the 0-2 from Knoll. Castaldo chops it foul towards first base. Jordan Castaldo on a little bit of a cold streak right now, hitless in his last 4. But the Maple Leafs know that they can get him going again. He's one of the best hitters in the Inter-County Baseball League. Battling here against Knoll, another 0-2 pitch. And that one's inside. Count 1 and 2. 15 RBIs, 5 home runs for Castaldo on the season, as well as his 100th home run in his IBL career. He's since surpassed that. Maple Leafs signed Damon Topley for a couple games last week, and he had a chance to retake the RBI lead in third place from Jordan Castaldo. That did not happen, so Castaldo remains in third. Now he takes another pitch low and inside, that one also in the dirt.
And how interesting would that have been?
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of a conversation, a talk on the leaderboard, something we didn't think was going to happen.
Yeah, and you never know with some of the stats in the IBL as well. But I went and talked to Damon Topley. He agreed. He's sitting on 498 RBIs for this team.
A man of honor.
Now the 2-2 from Knoll, and Castaldo takes outside.
What an at-bat this has been from Jordan. He sees a lot of stuff in on the hands, and he's been able to spit on some tough breaking balls going to the back foot.
Well, Knoll has been rolling in this inning so far, trying to get through a 1-2-3 inning, but now he's up against a tough hitter in Castaldo. The full count pitch, and Castaldo takes strike 3 called, and Knoll gets out of a 1-2-3 bottom of the first inning and might have earned himself another frame as well. We will see. Josh Barenbaum coming back out for the Maple Leafs.
To be the best, you've got to bring performance from every second. The game is getting faster every season. So Rawlings made a time machine to help you keep up. Introducing the all-new Velo ACP. It's light, it's balanced, so you can pick your pitch and drive the ball with maximum exit velocity. The game's gotten faster. Your bat has too.
Get ready, Hamilton. It's the 2025 IBL Home Run Derby and All-Star Game. Hosted by the Hamilton Cardinals at beautiful Bernie Arbor Stadium. Watch the league's top sluggers crush moonshots in the Derby. Then see the best of the best go head-to-head under the lights in the All-Star Game. Grab your tickets now at HamiltonCardinals.com. Because this summer, the stars shine brightest in Hamilton.
2-0 Welland Jackfish here at Dominico Field. Josh Barenbaum, who looked like he really settled down after giving up a couple hits to start off the inning. Back out on the mound for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Austin Gom at the plate. The 0-1 upstairs, 1-1.
And fun little story, Austin Gom, I teamed with him back in, I believe it was 14U or 13U for the Mississauga Majors. And he was also part of that LSUS team that really had quite the run this year. I believe it was 53-0 they went on to win the national championship.
Yeah, what a team, eh?
Yeah.
The 1-2, and he fists it towards short. Catch made by Spencer Ross, one away. Brendan Luther and Brandon Hupe due up here for the Jackfish.
And how big would it be here for Barenbaum? Just have a bounce back inning. He gets a quick out, number one. That's what you want. That's what you want as a pitcher. Now, how are you going to attack this second batter?
Yeah, he'll love that pitch. It was right on the hands, and it was some really soft contact for Austin Gom. That gives you a lot of confidence as a pitcher when you can induce that kind of a swing from a batter. Brendan Luther hitting .372 on this season. Couple homers and 16 RBIs for the number 8 hitter for the Jackfish. The 1-1, chopped foul off the facing of the Jackfish dugout. Big crowd at Dominico Field here today. Friday night lights here at the ballpark. The Friday night games have been a pretty huge success for the Toronto Maple Leafs this season. There's a pitch on the inner half, strike 3 called. Josh Barenbaum gets another punch out.
That's just another really good pitch, and he's doing a good job this inning here of just working those lower 2 quadrants. He's tangling up these Welland Jackfish hitters with stuff on the inside half, and you saw it on that first swing from Gom. He jammed the right-handed hitter, but then backdoors a really beautiful breaking ball to the lefties.
Yeah, Josh Barenbaum, he's got some really good stuff, but he's also just a pitcher out there. Seems to outthink the opponents more often than not. In fact, Barenbaum hasn't given up more than 2 earned runs in a game since June 7th, over a month ago. He's had a couple starts since then, too. I mean, if you look at what Josh Barenbaum has done over his last couple games coming into this one, 11 innings, just 2 runs.
And this is just so big for the Maple Leafs because you know you already have one guy who's a really good starter in Wilhennis Alvarado. Imagine being able to pair that with Barenbaum in Game 2 of a playoff series.
The 1-1 lined into the outfield. That one's down in front of Dennis DeBanning out there and left. That's a base hit as Hupe is aboard.
Hupe just sat back on that one and lines it right out towards DeBanning. Didn't have to take a step. It was just on a line. Couldn't get to it for the catch.
Yeah, DeBanning's the left fielder. Chad Picton in center and John Javier out in right field today. The infield, Ryan Dos Santos at third. Spencer Ross at short. Dan Mara at second. Aiden McCaskey at first base. Justin Mara doing the catching and calling the signs for Josh Barenbaum as that pitch is up and in on the leadoff hitter, Jonah Weisner, who had to duck out of the way. The 1-0 pitch. This one's drilled by Weisner high and deep down the right field line, but that one's going to hook foul. It was close and had a lot of distance. And Josh Barenbaum might have got away with one there, right?
Yeah, and I think the conversation now with Barenbaum and Mara is don't throw that one a second time in a row.
Yeah.
Looked like he tried to again catch that low inside corner, and then Weisner, he was just sitting on it after that high fastball inside.
Just a loud strike for Josh Barenbaum at the end of the day, and now it delivers inside. 2-1 the count now. Three punch-outs already for Barenbaum in this start as well. Had 5 of them last time out against the Jackfish. That was over 6 innings. This one's hit a one-hopper to Dan Mara. It skips off his glove and gets into the outfield. John Javier tries to pick it up and come up throwing. Ultimately ended up bobbling the ball, but it didn't matter in the end, as the runner will get to third base anyway.
And it looked like it just took one of those Christie hops where hopped right over the glove of Mari. Got to the spot in time and just took a wicked hop, it looked like.
Yeah, I think if you ask Dan Mara, he'll say he should have had that baseball. You could see his reaction right away was, he just kind of frustrated himself. He kind of slapped his glove thinking maybe he could have got a piece of it. It was a really hard hit ball there by Jonah Weisner as well. So That thing, when it takes a direct hop right off the dirt, that thing's coming out real quick.
Yeah, it's taking a quick bounce.
You gotta have cat-like reflexes just to get to it. And Dan did get his glove on it, just didn't find the pocket. Gio Morello takes just high. Good game for Morello last time out against the Guelph Royals. That was part of a 13-8 victory for this Welland Jackfish team. Had a couple hits, was 2 for 4, drove in 2 runs as well, walked once. So far, 1 for 1 today as Berenbaum misses outside, and now the count's 3-0. Well, this looked like it was going to be a clean 1-2-3 inning for Berenbaum. Couple hits later, there's runners on the corners. And a 3-0 count here on Morello, and he takes low ball 4, and the bases are juiced here in the top of the second.
He got 2 quick outs, and then the bottom of the order in Hoope hits that line drive single. Same goes with the top of the order in Weisner.
I mean, it's kind of tough. If you look at this Welland Jackfish team, you can't really pick out your typical bottom of the order, typical top of the order hitters, because everyone hits 300.
Yeah,
and
it's tough.
If they're not hitting 300, they probably have crazy power. It's been like that for a couple of years on this Jackfish team. Dustin Richardson is out on the mound. He's talking to Josh Berenbaum. Those two know each other really well, come to the game together every day. I'm sure Dustin Richardson knows, can kind of relate to what's going on in the head of Josh Berenbaum and see if he can get a message through that will propel Berenbaum through this top of the second inning, because the game kind of does hinge on what happens here with Boucher at the plate. He's the guy that's driven in both runs for the Welland Jackfish. That came back in the first. Now he pops this one up towards third base. Berenbaum hoping this stays in play. Dos Santos over and makes the catch, and Josh Berenbaum gets out of it. Bases loaded in the top of the second inning, and how about that? Berenbaum makes a great pitch, gets out of it, holds the lead at 2-0 Welland. Well, Aiden McCaskey is going to get his first at-bat back here with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Has had a great IBL career, but the Maple Leafs have been really intrigued with what he's been doing over in NCAA baseball in Division I. 12 homers this season, 371 batting average, playing for the Charleston Southern Buccaneers. That's a good team out there in the NCAA. He was 11th in home runs in the Big S Conference this season. So Aiden McCaskey is a big bat to get back in the lineup for this Toronto Maple Leafs team.
Yeah, and I know a lot of the players, they loved having him on the roster back when he made his debut in 2022. And very exciting to see him back donning that Maple Leafs logo across his chest.
But that's not the new face that we're going to see to lead off this inning. This is Chad Picton, who's hitting the cleanup spot today for Toronto. First pitch from Knoll, who had a good 1-2-3 first inning. Well, Chad Picton played 3 seasons with the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs and the NAIA. Playing some outfield for the Toronto Maple Leafs today, but traditionally an infielder, as Picton hits this one in the air. This one's down the right field line. Is it going to stay in play? Not quite. So that one gets out. Pretty nice looking swing there from Picton.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, that might have tailed out foul, got under it, but it looks like easy power in the swing. I say it a lot when we see Dennis DeBanding up to bat, but it's when you're able to go opposite field and it just looks so smooth. Your motion goes through, the ball follows, and has that nice little tail going towards the line.
Here's the 1-1. Picton takes up and in. Had 8 home runs and 139 at-bats playing in the NAIA. Not bad. Definitely got some power in that bat. We'll see how that translates here to the IBL. Here's the 2-1. Takes a strike on the outer half, and the count's 2-2. Picton swings and misses. Another good pitch by Knoll, and that's out number 1.
That's where he hasn't gone more than just 1 inning in each of his appearances, but he's looking really good to start this game.
Yeah, it's absolutely possible that he's just getting his first full start in the Intercounty Baseball League today. Just going by, he's traditionally been a 1-inning guy for the Jackfish this season. First pitch to Mara, in there for a strike. The 0-1, Mara pops it up. That one's foul behind home plate. Here's the 0-2 to Mara. He takes low. Justin Mara is hitting .253 on the season for the Maple Leafs. 3 homers on the year. The 1-2. Mara takes in the dirt.
I think that bounced off the front of the plate.
Yep, kicked right off the front corner of the plate. And as soon as Robert Mullen saw that, he's like, I'm just getting out of the way of that. That could go anywhere.
Now, I think my favorite jersey that I see here at Dominico Field is the Mara jersey with all 3 numbers on the back. You can see it walking down the hill right now.
Yes, I believe that is Justin and Dan and Adam's mom.
Mama Mara.
Yeah.
Pretty cool custom jersey for her.
Here's the 2-2. Mara hits it on the ground to first, and it eats up the first baseman, Grayson Barrett. That one gets into the outfield. Could go down as a base hit for Justin Mara. Either way, the Maple Leafs are happy because they've got a base runner here against Knoll.
Yeah, it looked like Barrett went down to make that grab, and just the way it kind of kicked up on him, he was expecting a short hop, but it went for a long one. They're going to mark it down as an error on the first baseman.
That's probably correct.
Tough play, though, to make right there when it's coming at you with a little bit of speed.
Yeah, sharply hit baseball. Tough play. Maple Leafs trying to capitalize here, and now it's Aiden McCaskey. McCaskey takes low. Aiden McCaskey, a career .277 hitter in the Intercounty Baseball League. The 1-0. McCaskey takes a strike right at the knees. McCaskey chops one foul towards first base. Both Grayson Barrett and Rando Moreno, the first base coach, let that one go. Rando Moreno rehabbing an injury right now for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I'm told that he has embraced his role as the first base coach for the Maple Leafs.
He looks like he's having fun over there.
Yeah, yeah, I'm told he is. The 1-2. In the dirt. Gets away from Mullen. Mara advances to second.
That's a really heads-up base running play by Mara. He sees the ball in the dirt right away, and he breaks on the ball hitting the chest protector because he realizes that it's going to get away from Mullen.
Aiden McCaskey in a 2-2 count with a runner in scoring position. The Maple Leafs could really use a run here to try and bring them back within one. McCaskey swings and misses. Strike three.
Well, it's the fifth out recorded, and that's the fourth strikeout.
Big swing for Dennis DeBanning in the Maple Leafs' last game against the Kitchener Panthers. DeBanning and his bat really starting to come around again for Toronto as he fouls one off.
And it would just be massive to see his bat start to come alive again here because, again, the Maple Leafs know how good of a player he is, and that's why they acquired him in that deal with Hamilton during the offseason. A young guy that has a lot of pop in the bat.
The 0-1. DeBanning takes just outside. Dennis DeBanning hit a 3-run home run in the 7th inning, which pretty much won the game for the Maple Leafs. Definitely got them rolling. They go on to add another in the 8th and 2 more in the 9th, and they won 9-5 against Kitchener. The 1-1, DeBanning fouls it off. Luis Florentino started that game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, had a good start, went 5 innings, a couple earned runs. Then Drew Howard bridged the gap to Dustin Richardson, who came in and was excellent. Walked 1, but other than that was perfect. The 1-2 to Dennis. And he takes outside. That's the pitch that has got Toronto Maple Leafs hitters swinging quite often. That breaking ball on the outer half, which has had a little bit of vertical movement, but a lot of horizontal movement for Noel. Dennis DeBanning calls time, resets, and now steps back in. Dan Mara on deck, hopeful of an at-bat. Here's the 2-2. DeBanning slashes one into the outfield. That's down for a base hit. Rob Butler puts up the stop sign at third base. The throw home was right on the money. A good call at third base as Justin Mara came in with an aggressive turn. A base hit for Dennis DeBanning. And there's runners on the corners.
And I really like what DeBanning did in that at-bat. He saw that he was getting a lot of stuff blown away. Then he gets jammed by Noel right there, and he just shortens up his swing and just pokes it into right field. And like you said, it's just a sign that his bat is starting to come around, and that's exactly what the Maple Leafs need.
Yeah, that swing was gorgeous. Just taking that ball the other way. Didn't really get anything from Noel the whole at-bat, then got a pitch on the outer half, which everyone else on the Toronto Maple Leafs have been swinging and missing at that pitch today, and DeBanning didn't just make contact with it, took it into the outfield for a base hit and nearly drove in a run.
Yeah, it's just a really good job and just understanding the situation at hand. DeBanning, it's just going to be massive to see if his bat can come around to what we know it is.
Yeah, this is okay for demanding two if you just keep the line rolling, because Dan Mara, who is in the 8th spot today, is hitting like a two-hitter. He's been there quite often this season. He's hitting 300 on the season. The 0-1 pitch, up and in.
Yeah, he's a very patient hitter, but he has great contact ability where he can just get the bat to the ball and it feels like it just finds a hole every single time.
Yeah, it could work. There's been some holes on the infield today. We've seen a couple tough hops for both teams. The 1-1, Mara takes a strike. Didn't like it, but clearly was looking for something on the outer half there. The 1-2. Mara swings and misses, strike 3. Noel went with the breaking ball once again and strands a pair on the base path for the Maple Leafs. It's 2-0 Welland Jackfish here in Toronto. Robert Mullen set to lead things off for the Welland Jackfish, and Zach, you can see what he's done this season in terms of the home run department.
Yeah, he's had a sensational season. I mentioned it before, but a catcher that's leading the league in home runs. You know, we see it in the MLB with Kyle Rowley, and you see it here with Robert Mullen.
That was the reference you were making.
I was
earlier.
hoping you'd pick it up there, partner, but you missed it.
I'm glad we doubled back on it. Yeah, so Mullen's been great. Marcus Connect would love to defend that title, but right now out of the lineup with an injury. Also talked to Marcus Connect, you know, getting selected for the All-Star game. Not a lot of IBL players do that. You know, I talked to Dan Mara. He said it was something that he just, you know, was really happy to say that that was something that he'd done once in his Intercounty Baseball League career. But obviously, Marcus is a little bit disappointed about not being able to play in the All-Star game with the injury. But as you said before, the Maple Leafs, they need his bat. They need him to get better. So
yeah, and obviously, you know, as a player, you want to be in that All-Star game, especially if you get selected to it like Marcus did. But you know, the health has got to come first, and I think he understands that as well.
Yeah, you know, the All-Star game was so much fun last year. The Welland Jackfish were the team that hosted it. They did a really good job, you know, kind of just accommodating everyone. All the players were really impressed with, you know, the level of professionalism that the organization put together, and the product on the field was a lot of fun, too. Packed house out there in Welland.
It should be another fun one out in the Hammer this year.
Check swing, did he go? No, says the umpire at first base.
And just speaking of Hamilton, I mean, I think we have to give a shout out to Owen Boone and what he was able to do, throwing that no-hitter against Kitchener.
Yeah. Yeah, that was unbelievable.
Unbelievable stuff out of Boone.
That pitch is strike 3 called on the inside corner. Perfectly placed from Josh Berenbaum, and that's out number 1.
That's his 4th strikeout of the day and his 2nd one looking. And he's gotten Mullen down twice via the strikeout.
Yeah, not a bad guy to strike out twice in those first 2 at-bats in Robert Mullen.
Really, outside of the first 2 batters of this ball game, Berenbaum, he looks like he's settled down. He's throwing a really good game. Now it's just kind of up to the offense of, can you get those bats alive?
Yeah, so sorry, I kind of cut your point short there on the no-hitter. That was ridiculous, and I couldn't believe that it was the first time since 1977 that had happened. As here's a ball that gets by Mara at second base into the outfield. It's another base hit, and Grayson Barrett's aboard.
Tough play for Mara right there, and like you said, Barrett is aboard. But yeah, at first I didn't realize it was a no-hitter. I saw the video get posted on the IBL Instagram, and I just assumed, oh, he went a complete game shutout. Typical Owen Boone.
Yeah, because no-hitters just don't happen.
Yeah, and then I saw it said no-hitter, and the first one since 1977. Absolutely ridiculous stuff, and it's got to feel even better for Boone coming back from an injury to do that. Just really impressive.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. It feels like he's got better though.
Yeah,
after his injury.
For some players, we've seen it in Major League Baseball as well. They get that surgery and they come back and they're better. And I guess that's just the case here for Boone. He's looking sharp though right now in the IBL.
Grayson Barrett hails out of Bakersfield, California, at the plate now and skies one foul off to the left.
That ball ever come down?
It did, and Bobby Armstrong picked it up. Good play there, used his foot to stop it, and then went with the glove.
Nice. Should say our inside source about the jersey swap for Florentino was Bobby Armstrong.
Yeah.
We'll give him that credit.
This one's drilled by Grayson Barrett. That one's out to right center field, and it's off the base of the wall. Picton will pick this one up in center field. Stop sign at third base. And 2 on here for the Jackfish, both in scoring position in the third.
That's a big swing out of Mateo Porcelato.
Yeah, my fault. Grayson Barrett, the runner at third base now. So that'll bring Austin Gom to the dish, and he's got a chance to drive a couple in.
Another thing of noting here with Gom, he's on the Jackfish with his brother Tyson.
Austin fouls this one off.
It's a big baseball household in that Gom household. His dad was a coach for the Mississauga Majors for a number of years.
The 0-1. Another good pitch from Barenbaum. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 called. Another punch out for Josh Barenbaum.
That's 2 Ks in the inning there for Barenbaum, and trying to tiptoe his way out of danger with the number 8 hitter, Brandon Luther, coming up.
Number 8 hitter, but still hitting .368 on the season. Can Barenbaum escape danger once again? Last inning he did it with 2 outs and the bases loaded. This time he had 1 out and 2 in scoring position. Luther swings at the first pitch, pops it up, but I think this one's going to get out of play. Ryan Dos Santos watches it fall about 5 feet over the fence behind the Leafs dugout. Well, last time it was Dustin Richardson who came out to the mound, had a couple words for Josh Barenbaum just to kind of, maybe help settle him down, get out of the inning. This time I was wondering if he might go out again in this situation, but Barenbaum looks pretty composed out there on the mound after that mound visit by Richardson. Here's the 0-1. Another great pitch, foul tipped into the glove of Justin Mara. That breaking ball is working for Barenbaum today, isn't it?
Yeah, and Barenbaum has looked really, really strong so far. Really, again, like I said, it was those first 2 batters, or first 3, I should say, in this Welland Jackfish lineup that were able to score, and then really he shut things down pretty well.
The 0-2, chop towards first, foul. Just foul past Aiden McCaskey. It's good to see that tall young man in Aiden McCaskey back
Baby
out there on
Giraffe.
the field.
Baby Giraffe.
The Leafs.
Telling you, man, it's my favorite nickname. Favorite nickname that we found out about.
The 0-1 way up and in from Barenbaum. Now 1-2. And it's lined into the outfield. That finds its way into left field. A run comes in to score. Dennis DeBannon comes up firing. Throw to the plate, not in time. Two more come in to score for the Jackfish, and it's 4-0.
And Barenbaum just couldn't tightrope out of danger here. That was just a line shot through the left side by Luther.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there from Brendan Luther. Just got a pitch on the outer half, took it the other way. That opens up a lead now for Welland.
Right fielder number 21, Brandon Hugo.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning too, 4 or 5 runs has kind of been the magic number between these two teams the last few games. There's a swing and a miss by Hupe. Maple Leafs won the last 2 outings in Welland, 1-5-2, 1-4-2. You give up 4 runs in the third, you certainly have your work cut out for you the rest of the game. The 1-1, swing and a miss.
Yeah, I don't think record-wise for the Maple Leafs really shows how close they've played teams this year. But they played this Welland Jackfish team hard twice already.
Check over at first base. Brendan Luther back in safely. He had the big RBI single that's opened this one up for the Jackfish. 1-2 pitch, fouled off. Down the right side, that one gets out of play. Hupe chops one foul. This one's right back to Barenbaum on the mound. Underhand flip over to first base. That will end the inning. The Jackfish get a couple more runs. They lead 4-0 now over Toronto. Spencer Ross leading things off for the Maple Leafs here in the bottom of the third inning. 4-0 Welland Jackfish. Leafs need some runs. Maybe one now, Zach, try and get one back and give yourself a chance the rest of the way.
Yeah, and they still have a lot of ball game left to go, and they're putting up good at-bats, and they'll going through the second time of the order right after Ross here.
Spencer Ross, the Mississauga, Ontario native for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Last season played with the Kitchener Panthers. The 1-0 pitch is in the dirt.
Crowd's going crazy. It's because Mr. Armstrong is doing one-arm push-ups.
Good stuff. The 2-0 pitch in the dirt.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, gets the Christie Pitts fans as riled up as Mr. Bobby Armstrong.
That's great. Yeah, Bobby's down there. He's getting the fans fired up. He's animated down there. He's getting into it.
So that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
It's a strike to Spencer Ross. Yeah, the fans were loving it too. There's a huge pack of fans out in front of us here in the broadcast booth, and they were loving it.
I'm impressed about the one-arm push-ups. I don't know if
it's good.
Just like leave that.
3-1. Ball 4. So Spencer Ross is going to lead things off. The Maple Leafs have a base runner and a little bit of life here in the bottom of the third.
Third baseman, number 8, Ryan Dos Santos.
Ryan Dos Santos lined out to center field in this last at-bat. First pitch from Noel. Dos Santos takes outside.
Yeah, it's just another at-bat that we're used to seeing from Dos Santos. Hit the ball hard or reach via walk. It's what it seems like he's been doing so far this season. Just he's been hitting the ball hard, but it's been right at defenders.
The 1-0 fouled off. Ryan Dos Santos played his college baseball at Southwestern Oklahoma. Was in the NCAA's Division II. Started with the Toronto Maple Leafs way back in 2019, a veteran with this club now. Here's the 1-1. Dos Santos chops it foul towards first. That's a fair ball. It rolls down the line. Dos Santos holds at third base, but Spencer Ross is going to glide into third. Runners at the corners here for the Maple Leafs, and there's nobody out.
Well, if you can hit it hard, why not hit it hard into the ground and over the first baseman? Dos Santos gets on base and would not be surprised to see some speed going down that side, get into scoring position because John Javier, a very dangerous bat in this Maple Leafs lineup, is up to bat.
Yeah, this is the perfect guy to have in this spot. John Javier has got a lot of contact in that bat. That's what the Maple Leafs need right now. Just drive in one of those runs if you can.
Do you think he's swinging at first pitch?
Why not? He is, and he lines it into the outfield. That's a base hit. John Javier drives in the first run for the Maple Leafs. It's 4-1.
And stay hot, number 77. Javier does it once more. Just another good hit.
Yeah, got that one off the end of the bat, but shot it right through the hole. Drives in a run for the Maple Leafs, and now this is the point where you think about trying to pile on as we get a mound visit here. No one getting loose in the bullpen for the Jackfish, but as we speak, a couple of arms starting to kind of get up and moving around.
Yeah, we were kind of curious how long Noel was going to go in this ball game, and you know, he's gone a good distance so far. He's gone through 3.
Yeah, definitely a guy who can go innings. I mean, we've seen him start in the past, not in the Inter-County Baseball League, but this season, the longest that he's gone is an inning and 2/3. Gets an out this inning, that would mark that total.
And do you think that's in the mind right now of Castaldo?
Well, he's got an RBI out there and looking for some history. First pitch inside to Castaldo. Yeah, June 7th was the longest outing for Knoll. That was against the London Majors. Went 2 1/3 innings. Was pretty good in that outing as well. Here's the 1-0. Castaldo takes inside. The ERA might make you think that Knoll is a hittable pitcher in the Intercounty Baseball League, but that's not true. Knoll's a good pitcher. His entire ERA is basically made up of a game against London where he only got a couple outs in an inning, gave up 4 earned runs, and then the game before that against Barrie. If you take those 2 games away, he's been a really good pitcher for this Jackfish team. Swing and a miss from Castaldo.
Yeah, and that's always the tough part when you look at relievers that, they've only had, in Knoll's case, 10 innings pitched. You have one bad outing, the ERA gets skyrocketed, but then you've had 9 really good ones, and you're still trying to fight to get that ERA back down just because you've pitched in only a couple innings.
Yeah, Hal and Knoll trying to get out of this. The 2-1 inside to Castaldo, and now he's got to find the strike zone here against Jordan Castaldo, and if Castaldo gets a pitch that he can handle, he's not afraid to put a big swing on it. Knoll gets his sign. The 3-1 fouled off by Castaldo. That pitch was in a good spot from Knoll, right up and in on the hands of Jordan.
And I'm kind of curious to see here if, maybe you start the runners, get some movement out there. Not a bad tactic. You have a guy at Castaldo who knows his zone better than anyone. Great contact ability. You get that infield moving around.
Yeah, I wonder if Knoll tries to go right back inside and see if he can't get Castaldo to hit a ground ball. The 3-2 pitch fouled off by Castaldo. That pitch that's on the outer half and over the plate, that's something that Castaldo can handle. He can do damage with that pitch.
And yeah, the only reason I bring up, getting the runners moving is because, like you said right there, he's so good at hitting the opposite side pitch, where if you have the third baseman running to cover third on the stolen base, there's a giant gap on that left side.
Good speed on the base path for the Maple Leafs. Castaldo takes inside corner, strike 3 called. Jordan Castaldo didn't like the call, but he heads back to the dugout and turns things over to Chad Picton. One out here in the inning. The Maple Leafs strung together a couple hits and a walk to start things off against Knoll.
Yeah, in this inning especially, you don't need to have the mindset of get it all back right now. You still have, again, tons and tons of baseball to go. But you just, you add on a little bit here and there, it makes it just easier.
Swing and a miss by Picton. Looked like he was kind of thinking about holding up, then went all the way through. Well, it counts 0-2, and Picton steps out of the box and just kind of tries to regroup a little bit here. Here's the 0-2. Just missed outside.
That's a really good hold from Picton. He realized how Knoll was pitching him, especially in the last at-bat where he went away and he got him to chase that. It's a good job by a young hitter to just kind of pick up the tendencies of the pitcher.
The 1-2 pitch is fouled off by Picton, and he's battling here against Knoll. Pitch count at 60 now for Knoll. This will be pitch number 61 that he throws to Picton. Chad Picton takes outside. Whew. 2 good takes there from Picton in this at-bat.
Yeah, and he's seen that breaking ball on the outside half extremely well. You're forcing Knoll to come right back into the zone here. Those are two really good takes on a very tough off-speed pitch.
Long look in from Picton. Now he agrees on a sign with Robert Mullen. His 2-2 pitch. Picton swings and misses. Oh, no, he fouled it off. He got a piece of it. Just got a piece of it. And Robert Mullen is kind of looking back at Noel and kind of saying, my bad. You wished you could have squeezed that one.
Yeah, just staying alive. And if you're Picton, understand what just came to you there. It looked like a fastball high. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Noel try to go back to that. He's not giving him to chase on the breaking ball, but the fastball he's chased twice.
Chad Picton takes strike 3 called. Noel found the outside corner, and now there's 2 away.
And that's just a tough way to go. You get the first 3 runners of the inning on base, and then the next 2 go down via strikeouts looking. But not out of it yet. You still have Justin Marra coming up to bat here. He's already has 1 hit in this game. He singled and was stranded on third his last time up.
Justin Marra trying to get it done here for Toronto. Marra takes up and away. Bit of a different look here for Noel. Justin Marra being a lefty. Maybe he gets a few more fastballs here. The 1-0. Marra takes a strike. Justin Marra 0 for 3 in the Maple Leafs' last game against the Kitchener Panthers, but did walk twice and came in to score. Beyond that, he was also hit by a pitch, so 3 walks, if you will. He's been disciplined at the plate lately for Toronto. The 1-1. That one wasn't his pitch either. It's called a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, give credit to Noel here. That's back-to-back batters where he's just been painting the outside half. He did it to Picton, but now he's doing it to Marra here.
One and 2. Can Noel come up with a big pitch? Justin Marra drills this one high, deep, right field, and it is gone! Justin Marra comes up clutch with a 3-run home run, and the Toronto Maple Leafs have leveled it at 4.
And have a day to start. Marra gets a pitch in his wheelhouse. Noel tried to sneak one on the inner half by him. Marra was waiting all for it. And to right center field, that ball went sailing. And once he hit it, he rounded first. He was fist pumping. That ball just fired up Justin Marra.
Man, was that ever a good swing. In a big moment for the Maple Leafs. You know, it kind of felt like the Jackfish were rolling with all the momentum. It kind of felt like Noel was rolling with a lot of momentum, and Maple Leafs hitters were just having trouble getting them in with runners in scoring position. But boy, Justin Marra just smashed that narrative.
And if you're Josh Berenbaum, that has to feel amazing, you know, because it's your battery mate in Justin Marra that helps you out right there mightily, evens you up at 4. Leafs, they've battled back in this one, and I said it, they play them difficult every single time.
Well, that's kind of been the thing for Josh Berenbaum. You know, talked to him a couple of weeks ago, and he said, look, I'm just trying to go out there doing whatever I can to give my team the best chance to win. Well, I mean, he's given up 4 runs over the first 3, but if he goes out there and, you know, gets some more shutdown innings, he's doing that again, giving his team a chance to win.
And that's all you really ask for out of your starter. Just give the team a chance to win. He's doing just that, like you said. And the bats, they've come alive at the perfect time.
Dustin Richardson and Brian Sewell were both out to talk to the home plate umpire. Not sure what that conversation was about.
It looked like the coach from Welland had either a question or was trying to appeal something. And DR walked out there, tried to get an understanding of what was going on. Same with Sewell.
The 1-0 pitch, Aiden McCaskey swings over the top. Aiden McCaskey's in a hole, 0-2. McCaskey takes just low.
And it is quite a lively night here at Christie Pitts. You know, from our vantage point here, at least where I'm sitting, I can see the left side of the hill very, very well. The right side's pretty blocked for me. But it's looking like a pretty good crowd showing up here tonight.
Yeah, it's a great crowd. It's a beautiful night for baseball. The twilight's just kind of setting in here at Christie Pitts. It's still quite warm, but not unbearable. There's no wind whatsoever. This will be pitch number 72 for Hallen Knoll. And McCaskey drives this one to left, but he just got under it. Boucher makes the catch, and that'll end the third inning, but a wildly successful one for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They score 4 times and even this ball game up.
Half of my pack and
No, it's okay. It's okay.
you sure? Because
Yeah.
we know how they're split up right now.
Oh, I can't open my. Hold on, I gotta see.
yeah, I'm struggling a little bit here.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
All right, so I think I've got the pitcher pack of cards. So just to show what we're working with here. Okay, here we go. First card
There
I
you
got.
go.
Ayami Sato. This is the front of the card right there. You can pick these cards up. They're at the booth down the left field line. I know these are always a pretty hot topic. This is the back of the card here. I think these are a lot of fun.
It's a pretty good first one for me.
Oh,
Mr. Jordan Castaldo. There we
Good
go.
stuff. Okay, we're probably gonna keep opening these on the broadcast. You can flip. What was you had the Three Brothers card or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. Look at that.
You have it? Okay, here we go.
Look at this.
Show the.
So we have the three brothers, Justin, Dan, and Adam Mara. This is an awesome card.
Yeah, that would be cool to get a couple
That is
signatures
really
on that
cool.
card
Yeah,
too, right?
that is awesome.
Josh Barenbaum back to work here, delivers a first pitch strike.
Think I get a signature from this one?
Oh, that's a pretty good one too. Okay, fine. Okay, sorry. I know you guys don't want to see our face anymore, but
I got Christy the dog. That's awesome.
great card. Jonah Weisner chops one foul. Yeah, we got the coaching staff as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it looks like you get the whole set of cards. Yeah, we got everyone on the team here. And there's 2 sets. You got to get both sets of cards.
That's awesome.
One's the pitcher set, and one is the batter set. So, yeah, these are a lot of fun. That was good. I think you got to be at the ballpark to get them. $20 and you get 2 packs of cards down the left field line under one of the tents if you're interested.
Hey, you can never go wrong with that.
Yeah. By the way, wasn't asked to do this on the broadcast as well.
You just really wanted to.
I just really wanted to get the cards. So yeah, this is a lot of fun. I love baseball cards. And it's fun to have these. I know there's some other teams that have them as well in the IBL.
That's really cool.
The 2-2 pitch lined into the outfield. That one's down and picked up by Picton in center field. That's a single for the leadoff hitter, Jonah Weisner.
It's his third hit of the day, second hit of the day, third time on base. Weisner, he has just been torching.
Well, Morello got a hit in his first at-bat and then walked last time he was at the dish. After After that is Boucher, who's already driven in a couple runs today for Welland.
And this is a huge inning for Barenbaum. You know, your team gets the tie for you in the bottom half. Now you got to come back out here, try to shut the door.
Pitch up high to Morello. Yeah, you need something here from Barenbaum. Shut down inning, get out scoreless, even just give up one. I mean, the Maple Leafs, if you ask them if they were in the, going into the bottom of the fourth inning down one, that'd be okay, considering where they started.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's really just all credit, the continuous good approach from these Maple Leaf hitters.
Check over on Weisner at first base. Back in the first inning, Jonah Weisner was going when Gio Morello hit a single to right. Lots of speed at the top of the order for Welland, and he's going now. Pitch up high. Justin Mars thrown down to second base, right on the mound. Not in time. Oh, it was a close play, but I think that Jonah Weisner just slid under the tag. He had to get a perfect jump, and he did.
Yeah, Weisner, like you said, he got that perfect jump, and he just beat the throw in there by Mara. And I mean, again, it's another fantastic throw from Justin Mara on his knees again.
Yeah, I talked to Justin Mara about controlling the running game. He says the big thing for him is he wants the first throw that he makes to be a good one. That he thinks that's what kind of controls the running game. As now a balk is called on Josh Barenbaum, and he doesn't like it. Well, Chabave is kind of pleading his case here to Barenbaum. We're just kind of having a look at it ourselves here, see if we can give you some insight. So when Josh Barenbaum looked in, and with his pitching hand, he kind of he twirled his pitching hand to kind of say, I want to switch up the signs. Chabave looked right away and called a balk.
Interesting. Well, in my knowledge of it, I don't believe that's a balk call, because the pitcher still hasn't come set in his delivery.
Right. You know what? I'm just not quite knowledgeable enough on the ins and outs of balks.
I don't think. Again, obviously, I'm not fully knowledgeable with that call either. But
yeah, Josh Barenbaum obviously. You don't usually see a pitcher get that animated and go right over to the umpire to try and plead your case. So Barenbaum felt quite strongly that that was not a balk. The 3-1 on Morello, and he pops it up. This one's to left. Long run for DeBanning, but he won't have any play because it's off the tent out there in left field.
this is going to be an interesting at-bat here, especially for Barenbaum to see, how do you bounce back after that leadoff hit, and then how do you bounce back after the balk?
Swing and a miss. Great pitch from Barenbaum, and that's one.
And you answer back with a strikeout. That's huge for a pitcher, and a big confidence booster for Barenbaum.
Left fielder number 15, Pierre Boucher.
First pitch to Boucher. Up and away. Infield's played way in for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They want to cut that run down at home, or at least hold them at third base.
Yeah, anything hard hit right at an infielder is going to be just held your tracks. Heads up.
Popped right back into the broadcast booth. Actually went right through the broadcast booth.
We're going to have to get a protective screen here soon, partner.
Yeah, I was going to protect the monitor.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
1-2 now on Boucher.
I still think my favorite thing that you said to me was that foul balls never come up here. And ever since you said that, 4 have come here.
Chopper to first. Runner holds. Step on the bag, McCaskey. He will. And now there's 2 outs.
That's a really good play by Aiden McCaskey. It's a high chopper, and obviously you still need to kind of see what the runner at third is doing, but he drop steps immediately, gets himself into a really good position to field the ball while also keeping eye contact with Jonah Weisner over at third.
I mean, that ball was hit so high in the air. Wonder if Weisner could have come home anyway. Either way, now it's Mullen. And now he's ahead in the count.
He's gotten Mullen twice so far tonight, but see if Mullen makes the adjustment here.
The 0-2. Robert Mullen fouls it off to the left. Yeah, Mullen has really cooled off at the plate. Just one hit in his last 7 games. He struck out twice today. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Mullen lines it to left. Foul ball.
And again, Berenbaum just battling back here. A massive, massive at-bat here in this ball game. Extremely dangerous hitter in Robert Mullen.
Well, Berenbaum's got him twice. He'd love to do it himself here against the cleanup hitter for the Jackfish. The 2-2. And, oh. That was actually ball 4. Mullen's going to head down to first base. Man, Josh Berenbaum was halfway to the dugout, yelled at the home plate umpire, come on, wanting that call. He thought he made a perfect pitch, and we'll see how this changes the complexion of the 4th. Before that, Brian Sewell's going to come out to the mound. Or, sorry, that's Rob Butler going out to the mound now. Now he's going to take the ball from Josh Berenbaum. Looks like Wilhenis Alvarado coming in again to the Maple Leafs. We'll have that when we come back. Well, this is a big spot here in this ball game. Top of the 4th inning, 2 outs, but 2 on base. First and third for Wilhenis Alvarado, who's coming into the game. He is a left-handed pitcher, and he is going to face Grayson Barrett, a left-handed hitter. First pitch in the dirt, gets to the backstop. Justin Marra goes back to get it, flips it home, not in time. Alvarado slapped the tag down, but a run comes in to score. That's Jonah Weisner from third base, and the Jackfish lead 5-4.
Yeah, we always talk about Wilhennis Alvarado in that really big breaking ball, and that's exactly what he just displayed right there. He just had a little bit too much grip on it, and it broke from the outside of the plate into the right-handed batter's box.
Yeah, the Maple Leafs didn't have that one on the bingo card when they made this pitching move. Obviously, this was something that Butler had in the back of his mind, knowing the lefties coming up for the Jackfish. Maybe this would be the time that Wilhennis Alvarado comes into the game, but just pulled that breaking ball outside, and it's a wild pitch. Now he misses low with a fastball, 2-0.
Yeah, it just looks like he's over-gripping his pitches a little bit too much here. That's a fastball he pulls into the right side, as well as we saw that breaking ball.
Alvarado last pitch against the Guelph Royals back on June 27th, so it's been a little while. The 2-0 pitch in the dirt. That was an outing where Alvarado gave up 5 earned runs over 3 innings, but I talked to Justin Marra after the game, and he said, he felt like Alvarado pitched a lot better than what the line score said after that last start. Justin Marra said he's been able to throw his slider whenever I asked for it, and he's been throwing the ball with conviction, and that's what the Maple Leafs coaching staff asks out of Wilhennis Alvarado. 3-0 pitch outside, and that'll put another runner on base as Grayson Barrett heads down to first.
Yeah, he's just come in here, this one just kind of overthrowing a couple of his pitches. It always will have the really good movement. It's just he needs to kind of just come in, take a breath. He knows how good of a pitcher he can be. He's led the league in ERA 1 year, and he's had just multiple fantastic playoff appearances.
Pretty much everything for Alvarado hinges on the breaking ball. If it's good, he has a great start. If he can't find it, usually things go the hitter's way. First pitch, strike from Alvarado on the outer half. If Alvarado can, get Mateo Porcelato here, Maple Leafs are okay with that. They've given up one, but they're still right in it here in the top of the fourth. But he needs to get this tough hitter in Porcelato as that pitch is in the dirt, gets to the backstop again. Both runners will advance 90 feet.
And again, it's just the over-holding on that slider. It's the third one we've seen him bounce into that right-handed batter's box.
One and one here on Porcelato. Came into today hitting .436 on the season. The 1-1 pitch. And on the outside corner, another good one on the outer half from Alvarado. And now he's ahead in the count.
Yeah, if he was just able to mix up that slider on the outside half, it'd be a beautiful sequence here.
The 1-2. Outside, picked by Marra. Oh my goodness, what a play that was. Man, Justin Marra couldn't block that ball because he was so far outside, and he short hopped it with the glove and saved a run. No doubt saved a run for the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Big pick on that. Again, the breaking ball that he just overhooks.
Here's the 2-2. Porcelato chops one. This one's to second base. Dan Marra makes the play, whips to first. In time, he got him. Oh, Dan Marra, that was a heck of a play at second base, and he holds the Welland Jackfish to just 1 run in the inning. Wilhennis Alvarado also made exactly the pitch he wanted to induce the ground ball and the tough hitter. So the Jackfish get 1. They take the lead right back, but the bats for the Maple Leafs coming up here in the 4th. Dennis DeManning into the game for the Maple Leafs here at the plate. Hits one. Oh, boy. Halen Knoll reaches back behind his back and flips it to first. That was a great play.
Might be one of the best pitcher plays we've seen in a while. Reach back down below and was able to grab it and take away a guaranteed base hit for DeManning.
That was just a no-looker behind the back, flip it over to first with some swagger. One away.
The good old look what I found.
Now Dan Mara at the dish for the Maple Leafs. Thinking about bunting. And takes the ball. Dan Mara's 0 for 1 today. Had a very rare Dan Mara strikeout in his last at-bat. I think it was just his 9th of the season.
And it looked like a little bit of like an excuse me swing on that strike 3. Something that we typically don't see out of Dan Mara. He's usually very comfortable in the box.
Pitch number 76 from Knoll is in there for a strike. Knoll 7 strikeouts through 3 1/3 innings so far today. That's been his MO on the mound when he's getting outs. Mara chops this one to short. First play of the day for Luther, and he bounces it over to first base. Picked nicely by Barrett. Number 9 hitter in Spencer Ross comes to the plate. Ross hitting .250 on the season. Walked in his last at-bat. Kind of got things started for the Maple Leafs in the 4th inning, didn't he? Got on base. It was the first time they had the leadoff hitter on base. Then they got a hit from Dos Santos, and then, you know, when it was all said and done, it was Justin Mara who hit the home run. And this one's lined into the outfield, and Spencer Ross is on base again. This time it's via a base hit.
Yeah, and he does it once again. As the number 9 here, that's exactly what you want to do, is just get on base for the guys that set the tone. And Spencer Ross has done that really all season long, but he's done it twice here tonight.
You know, I know Dos Santos likes to take a lot of pitches, but I almost wonder if this is a situation where Ryan Dos, because we know he's got a lot of power in the back pocket. We saw him hit the home run a couple games ago. I almost wonder if he tries to jump on a pitch he likes here from Knoll if he gets the opportunity early in the count. Not that one, though. It's low in the dirt. Robert Mullen just went over to the chalk line and put some on his hand. Guess just a good little bit more grip on the baseball.
Yeah, might be expecting Spencer Ross to take off here.
The 1-0. Big swing from Dos Santos. See, Knoll might have been thinking along the same lines that as we were. He knows Ryan Dos Santos has got some power. He kind of needs an extra base hit in this situation if you think about it. And that time he fooled him with an off-speed pitch. The 1-1. Dos Santos takes low.
Again, somebody that knows his zone extremely well. One of the leaders in walks, if not still the leader.
Yeah, 32. He's out in front of Mullen, who has 21. 2-1. Ryan Dos Santos drills this one. This one's deep to right, and it's off the wall. Spencer Ross speeding around third base, gets the stop sign from Rob Butler at third, and Ryan Dos Santos has himself a double.
Well, you said it. He needed the extra base hit, and he got just that. Pulls it beautifully down the right field line. Gets Spencer Ross all the way over to third with the hot hitting Jean Javier.
Yeah, unfortunately for Dos Santos, that was a line drive off the wall, so there was no way that Spencer Ross was going to be able to score on that just because the ball got back to the infield quickly. Credit Brandon Hupe for playing that ball off the wall perfectly. So here's John Javier. He's going to need a hit to drive him in. Javier came up with a single the other way in his last at-bat. Noel's first pitch. Javier chops it foul.
First pitch swinging once again. And it's, I think Noel knew that one was coming as well. He went with the breaking ball this time instead of going with the first pitch fastball.
Yeah, you know what? That breaking ball has been the best pitch for Noel. There's no doubt about it today. You might want to use a steady diet of those here to Javier. The 0-1. Javier takes a strike, and it's 0-2. Well, it's Justin Mara who's on deck. He's got the big swing today, a 3-run home run. Or, sorry, Jordan Castaldo's on deck. Here's the 0-2. Javier hits this one in the air pretty well to right, and coming over making a running catches. Brandon Hupe, boy, he got the ball back in on the previous hit by Ryan Dos Santos. This time he makes a pretty good catch out there in the outfield. Helps out his pitcher, Noel, who's got himself 4 innings of work here in Toronto. It's a 5-4 Welland Jackfish lead. Oh, welcome back to Dominico Field. Welland Jackfish leading 5-4 here over Toronto. Wilhennis Alvarado back on the mound. The first pitch lined into the outfield, and it gets over the head of John Javier out there in right. He gets the ball back in quickly, and it's not in time at second base as it rolls away from Ross. And that'll go down as a leadoff double. And the Jackfish have something cooking now in the 4th.
Yeah, it looked like Javier just took a wrong route to that ball. And Gom just jumped right all over that first pitch from Wilhennis Alvarado.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough play on the outfield, but Javier definitely broke in when he probably should have broke back. I'm not sure if he would have got there anyway, though. It was a pretty hard hit ball out there in right. Luther lays down a bunt. This is a pretty good one. Flip to first, not in time. Luther just beat Wilhennis Alvarado to the bag, and now there's runners on the corners here in the top of the 4th, and if Alvarado can't get a couple outs here, this has the makings of a big inning for Welland.
And that's just a textbook bunt out of Luther. Really, he pulls it to the one spot where if you're a pitcher, you have to get off the mound perfectly, and Alvarado, just a split second, too late to getting off that mound.
this is Brian Sewell now talking to the home plate umpire.
Right fielder number 21.
He'll head back to the dugout. Runners on the corners now for Hupe. Hupe takes strike one. This is where the Maple Leafs really need Wilhelmus Alvarado. He's got a lot of swing and miss stuff on the mound for the Maple Leafs. That's a good formula for this situation. Runners on the corners, nobody out. But it's Hupe and then the top of the order for the Jackfish. Pick off, throw to first by Alvarado. Third base, it's Austin Gom who led the inning off. Actually, I think they gave an error on Gom's hit. Did they?
I'm not sure. I thought I marked it out as a double.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's a double. What am I saying? Yeah, it's a double. Double for Gom.
Obviously, my scorebook means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things, but I just do it for my sanity.
Gom's at third. Luther's at first. This one fouled off by Hupe. Top of the order with Jonah Weisner and Gio Morello on deck. Couple tough outs. They've combined for 3 hits today, those two.
Yeah, Jonah Weisner has just really been torching the Maple Leafs tonight out of the leadoff spot.
The 0-2 to Hupe. Fouled off again. Couple good pitches there from Alvarado. Oh, can he find the finisher? Wilhelmus Alvarado has thrown 15 pitches so far in his outing. The 0-2 to Hupe. Breaking ball in the dirt. Blocked by Mara.
And just couldn't get Hupe to chase that one. A great breaking ball. That's probably the best one we've seen him snap off so far today. Just a really good eye.
Yep. That was where he wanted to throw that pitch for sure. It was perfectly placed. Still got lots of runway to work with here at 1 and 2. This one's chopped to third, and that one's going to get through. 1 run comes in to score for the Jackfish. It's an RBI single for Hupe, and there's runners on first and second. Brandon Hupe gets himself an RBI. He's got 18 of those now on the season and turns things over to Jonah Weisner at the top.
Well, you got to credit the Jackfish. They've scored in the last 3 innings, and they've just done a really good job answering back and getting on Wilhelmus Alvarado here in his 2nd inning of work.
Alvarado's first pitch to Jonah Weisner. Finds the outside corner for a strike. The 0-1 slashed foul to left. Jonah Weisner in an 0-2 hole. Alvarado would love a strikeout. Just missed outside with the breaking ball, but once again, it's a good spot.
Yeah, and it looks like the breaking ball, it's getting better as his outing has gone on, but it's just with how it started, these batters aren't going to chase it until he throws it for a strike.
Alvarado came into this outing with an ERA of 6.75 in 24 innings pitched. The 1-2 in the dirt again. The movement on the breaking ball causes a lot of strikeouts. In those 24 innings, Welllands Alvarado has struck out 29 batters this season. But, you know, as we mentioned before, Alvarado also hasn't pitched in a little while. Hasn't pitched this month yet. Now the 2-2. And it just missed outside. You could see Justin Mara trying to pull that one back in the strike zone.
That was a good pitch from Willie. Just, again, pulled it a little bit too much. He looks like he's settling down. It's just, you know, some of the calls aren't going his way here.
Welllands Alvarado still a pretty young guy on this Maple Leafs team. Born in 2000, hails out of Venezuela. Now the 3-2 pitch to Wisner. And it's outside ball 4. Bases loaded with nobody out here for the Welland Jackfish.
And coming up, it's probably the best contact hitter on the Welland Jackfish in Gio Morella.
Looks like Nathan Curra warming up in the bullpen for the Maple Leafs. Justin Mara out to chat with Welllands Alvarado. Well, I think that Luis Florentino is a guy that the Maple Leafs would like to use today, if they can. Nathan Curra has pitched some really good innings for them. He's a good arm out of the bullpen for the Leafs. But if you're going to go to Florentino, he's either been a starter or a closer for the Leafs this season.
Center fielder number 11, Gio Morello.
So here's Morello with the bases loaded. Alvarado trying to get out of a jam here as it's fouled back. Gio Morello also booked his ticket to the All-Star game coming up in Hamilton, along with 10 other members of the Welland Jackfish. The 1-1 from Alvarado. Fouled off at home plate. Need the strikeout now if you're Alvarado, Zach?
Yeah, strikeout right now would be massive for Welllands Alvarado, not only just to get that first out, but just for his confidence here, walking the last 2.
Infield's in for the Maple Leafs, but anytime you get a hard hit ground ball on the grass on the infield, it does become a little bit dicey. The 1-2 to Morello. Lined into center field. That's down for a base hit. Will score 1 run. A little bit of trouble for Picton in the outfield, but it doesn't matter as he gets the ball in. All runners hold. 6-4 Jackfish. Bases still loaded with nobody out.
And that's what Gio Morello does so well. It's just he's able to slow down his bat path extremely well, and you just make that soft contact to get into the drawn-in infield.
Yeah, 7-4, excuse me. A couple runs in now in the 5th. Rob Butler out to the mound, and is this the call for Curra? Yes, it is. Rob Butler raises his left hand to call for Nathan Curra, who enters into this game in a tough situation here in the 5th. Bases loaded. Top of the 5th inning. Nobody out. Nathan Curra on the mound. Curra's first pitch is fouled off by Boucher. As you may know, we have the stack of Toronto Maple Leafs baseball cards up here in the dugout. And I'm reading a fun fact on the back of Nathan Curra's card. He threw a 16 strikeout perfect game one time as this ball's flipped to second for 1, on to first. Well, a run comes in, but that's pretty perfect from Curra. Oh, well, hold on a second. They call him safe at first?
I think they called him safe.
Did they say McCaskey's foot came off the bag?
He's saying his foot came off the bag.
So that brings in a run. It's no double play for the Maple Leafs. They thought they had one, so now 8-4 Jackfish. Really changes. His foot was probably on the bag there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for the Maple Leafs. Just went back and looked at the YouTube stream.
Put that in 0.5 to see that.
Runner goes. Mara doesn't throw down, fakes it, and has a look back at third base. 2 in scoring position now for the Jackfish. Okay, let me just finish that fact there on Nathan Curra. 16K perfect game at the Connie Mack qualifier. How about that?
Wow.
I mean, 16 strikeouts alone is pretty good. The 0-1 pitch. Well, Robert Mullen at the dish now for the Jackfish. 0 for 2 today with a walk, and trying to break out of this slump here for Welland. He may have just done that. Drills one to left field. Oh, what a catch. Dennis DeBanning goes up and gets it. It drives in a run for Welland. It's 9-4, but Dennis DeBanning may have just saved the day with a jumping catch.
Yeah, great read right off the bat. DeBanning drop steps beautifully, goes up, makes the grab. Like you said, though, run does come in to score.
Mullen hit that ball well, and now Welland Jackfish fans are thinking, man, Mullen's starting to run into a streak of bad luck as well at the plate. That was a hard hit ball. He got robbed out there by Dennis DeBanning. Now Grayson Barrett at the plate. I think about what Nathan Curra has done so far. I mean, he's done everything the Maple Leafs could have asked for. They didn't get the call on the play at first base. That one would have ended the inning. Here's the 0-1. This one's chopped right back to Curra. Ooh, cat-like reflexes on the mound. Flips over to first. Nice job by Nathan Curra. A couple do come in to score for the Welland Jackfish, but Nathan Curra limits the damage. It's 9-4 Welland here in Toronto. Perfect game. Oh, this is the call that the Toronto Maple Leafs think that they might have got the short end of the stick on. The play at first base, and well, you can kind of see there. Looked like Aiden McCaskey had his foot on the bag for a long time with that ball in his glove, and we'll see if it comes to be anything at the end. I mean, it is a 9-4 ball game. The Welland Jackfish put together a really good inning. So,
yeah, and we discussed it between the inning. You know, the only way we up here could kind of see if his foot was off the bag was if he set up incorrectly.
Yeah,
but
which is possible.
Which is, yes, it's very, very possible, but it didn't look like he took his foot off early. That was kind of the big thing that we were seeing up here.
Jordan Castaldo leading things off for the Maple Leafs, takes strike one.
Partner, Castaldo has changed his bat. He was using the tan pine bat before. Now he's going to the dark one.
Trying to mix it up here, see if he can break out of the slump. The 0-1 pitch, just outside. Castaldo swings and misses, and the count's 1-2. The 1-2 way up high. Alan Knoll still going strong here for the Welland Jackfish. So
yeah, what a game he's pitched.
Yeah, remember when we said he was an opener?
Yeah.
Boy, were we ever wrong. Here we are, bottom of the 5th inning.
I think Knoll might have had an earbud and listening to the broadcast. He said, well, you think I'm an opener? Well, let me go 5 innings.
Yeah, last time we ever try and guess something with no information.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the 2-2 in the dirt. Kind of a good lesson, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Jordan Castaldo working the count.
You never assume, my friend. You never assume.
Yeah. $15 ribbies for Jordan Castaldo. 5 home runs lands him second on the team in that category. The 3-2 pitch. Castaldo fouls it off. Yeah, that was a good swing, but did you see that from Jordan Castaldo? He kind of shook his head after that. You know, when Jordan Castaldo is going good, that's the pitch that, you know, he takes into the outfield and hits really hard. And you can see might have wanted to take another crack at that one. Now it's 3-2. And it's ball 4. Jordan Castaldo has found his way on first base.
And the last time the Leafs were able to get the leadoff man on, they had their big inning where they scored 4. So they're going to need something here. Again, I said it earlier in the game. You still have time to make the comeback, but you got to start something sooner rather than later.
That felt like the inning when it might have been Noel's last back in the 3rd. But he battled through it. He gave up the 4. He gave up the home run to Justin Mara, but, you know, battled through, got Aiden McCaskey, and here he is, still going in the 5th. Take away that 1 inning. Boy, has he ever had a good start.
Yeah, he's looked lights out for the Welland Jackfish so far tonight, and this is probably exactly what they were hoping happened.
He had 5 strikeouts for the first 2 innings. This is Picton at the dish. Takes outside. Chad Picton has leveled the count. Picton 0 for 2 today in his Toronto Maple Leafs debut. Here's Knowles 1-1. Picton swings and misses. was talking to Dustin Richardson before the game, the general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs. He said he's heard a lot of good things about Picton and his bat, and they need some offense here from Picton. This time he swings and misses, and he'll strike out. So 0 for 3 now on the day, and here comes Justin Mara. So Justin Mara in the number 5 spot today for the Maple Leafs. You know, when you think about all this, Justin Mara delivered the big swing. So Justin Mara is the guy that's really stepped up this game. But, would things be different if Marcus Connect was in the lineup for the Toronto Maple Leafs? That's a really big bat that they need to get back. So credit to Justin Mara. I mean, this is kind of a spot where you might see Marcus Connect. Sometimes he's the 3 hitter. But he's always in that 3, 4, 5 spot for the Maple Leafs.
It's just always tough when you have a hitter like in the caliber of Marcus Connect and they go down with injury. It's always hard to get somebody to duplicate that bat because it's such a hot bat.
The 0-1. Mara takes up and away. I don't want to say anything about anything, but Justin Mara, when he gets hot, he stays hot. There's been multiple occasions where you say Justin Mara hit not just one home run in the game, but follow it up with another. The 1-1 pitch. High chopper towards first base. Play made. Justin Mara has nowhere to go.
Foul ball.
That one got called foul. That's a break there for Justin Mara.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Grayson Barrett fielded it over in foul territory.
Yeah, he definitely fielded it in foul territory, but it was
depending on where it crossed over that bag.
Yeah, exactly. Another life here for Mara. Leafs trailing by 5, bottom of the 5th inning. Mara slashes one to shortstop, flip to second for one, and that is a tailor-made double play ball for the Welland Jackfish. Knoll through 5. Jackfish lead by 5. It's 9-4. Mateo Porcelato is going to lead things off for the Jackfish here. Nathan Curra, who came into the game to try and strand some runners for Johannes Alvarado. Ultimately, a couple came in for the Welland Jackfish, but that's one of those situations, Zach, where it felt like Nathan Curra came in and did exactly what he needed to do. He just didn't quite get the deserved outcome.
Yeah, you pitch to the outs, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do when you come into a game like that. And he had that double play drawn up that gets called back, and then the very next batter he gets a line out to left field. So you do exactly what you need to do.
Nathan Curra came into today's outing with an ERA of 3.64 on the season. Definitely one of the better pitchers for the Maple Leafs this year. And it was actually Nathan Curra's efforts in his last outing against the Welland Jackfish that helped the Toronto Maple Leafs to that 4-2 win. You can look back at, Richardson and him coming in and shutting down the game as Mateo Porcelato takes the walk. But Nathan Curra's 2 innings of scoreless relief won the game for the Maple Leafs last time out. So we'll see if good things happen again with Curra on the mound. 4 of the 5 games that Curra has come into this season, the Maple Leafs have ended up winning. And some close ones too. 4-2 against Welland, 5-2 against Welland. He's actually pitched 4 scoreless innings against the Jackfish. And then his first outing back on May 30th, 8-4 win against London. Minimum he's gone is 2 innings, so it gives him a bit of length too. Gom takes low. This is Austin Gom at the plate. Gom's 1 for 3 today. Now takes inside. 3-0 the count.
Trying to see if there's any action in either bullpens, but it looks like both are quiet for now.
Yeah, the Maple Leafs know that Curra can give them some length. He's been a trusted source for that so far. The 3-1 pitch. Check throw to first instead. .32 at-bats for Austin Gom this season, hitting .286. Driven in 4. Takes a strike. How about that from Nathan Curra? Falls behind 3-0. Not afraid to go to some of the secondary pitches, and the count's 3-2. And now this one is blooped into left field. That one's down for a base hit. Austin Gom able to poke one to left, and now there's 2 on to start the 6th for the Jackfish.
His second base hit in as many innings, and again, it looks like a jam shot on the inside by Curra right there, but he's able to really muscle it out to left field.
The number 8 hitter is Brendan Luther. He's playing shortstop today for the Jackfish. He's at the dish. He's driven in a couple runs, had a big 2 RBI single a couple innings ago. This ball's fouled off. Luther's RBI was part of a 2-run 3rd inning for the Jackfish. At the time, it made it 4-0. Maple Leafs on their 3rd pitcher of the day. It was Josh Berenbaum who started, then Johannes Alvarado, and now Nathan Curra. This ball's chopped to first base, and that one's going to get by McCaskey. It rolls towards the bullpen, and the run's going to come in to score as well. Also on the play, another runner moving up to 3rd base. So disaster on the infield there for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's 10-4, and also another one 90 feet away.
Yeah, it's a really tough break for the Maple Leafs there. It looked like a play where you're able to get at least one on the ground ball, and it just kind of gets scooted away.
Yeah, so Porcelato in to score. Gom is the runner over there at 3rd base, and then Luther, who hit that ball, finds himself on first. This is the number 9 hitter, Hupe. Brandon Hupe takes a strike.
You know, usually I'm never the one to say this, but a little breeze today would be really nice.
It is not cooling down at all, is it? This one's fouled off.
Like typically when we get towards the night hours of Toronto, the breeze off the lake is what comes in and it rides up the side of the hill here. There is nothing whatsoever. It is a humid night.
Is that what happens with the breeze? Just coming in off the lake there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Meteorologist over here.
Nathan Kura has a check on the runner over there at first base.
If you need an update on the moon later, let me know.
Is it full? It's a full moon.
It's about a crescent.
No, it's not.
I don't even know where it is.
The 0-2. This one's lined into the outfield, down for a hit, rolls to the wall. Dennis DeBanning picks it up at the base of the wall. A run comes in to score for the Jackfish, and that's an RBI double for Brandon Hupe.
Yupe has been hitting the ball hard out of the number 9 hole tonight. Just another hard hit. And he tacks on an RBI as well.
The Welland Jackfish look like they are on their way to a 5-game winning streak.
Second baseman number 4, Jonah Weissman.
Top of the 6th inning here, score 11-4 for the Jackfish. Thing is with Welland, if you're an opposing team, is that scoring runs in bunches is pretty tough against this team. Got some depth out of the bullpen.
Not really sure what just happened there. I think the home plate umpire might have signaled that Dan Morrow walking to the mound was a mound visit.
Still nobody out in the inning. Jackfish looking for more. A pitch in the dirt, goes to the backstop. The runners hold. I think that was probably a smart play by Luther over there at third. That ball got to the backstop really quickly, and Justin Morrow would have made it a pretty close play there at home plate. Weisner takes low. Counts now 2-1. Jonah Weisner hits this ball high in the air to right field, and that one's going to hang up for John Javier. He makes the catch, but another run is going to come in to score. That's an RBI sac fly for Jonah Weisner, and it's 12-4. One away in the inning. Toronto Maple Leafs do need some outs here. They got to get out of the top of the 6th.
Get the one there, and now if you're Kura, just you and the batter. Forget about the runner on third. Just kind of go right after the batter here.
Gio Morello, the native of Toronto, Ontario, at the dish now. Morello takes strike 1.
Morello 2 for 3 on the day with a walk as well. He's had a great game for Welland Jackfish. Once again, I feel like we're always saying that when it comes to Gio Morello.
Yeah, he's been a staple in the Welland Jackfish lineup. Started out his career playing for the Brantford Red Sox, did that in 2019 and 2021, and then joined the Welland Jackfish organization and has been an everyday player ever since. That was back in 2022. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Gio Morello, career .295 hitter in the Intercounty Baseball League dating back to 2019. Now he hits one on the ground, and that one eats up Spencer Ross at shortstop. Another run comes in to score for the Jackfish. It's 13-4.
Left fielder number 15, Cleary Shea.
Yeah, that has been a point of contention for the Maple Leafs today. There have been a couple ground balls that they needed to get outs on now. I mean, that one there for Spencer Ross, it probably won't have a big impact on this game ultimately at the end of the day. But, you know, Not a lot being charged for errors on the score sheet. There definitely has been some tough plays, but ones that I think that, if you talk to the middle infielders on the Toronto Maple Leafs, they'll say, I wish I could have got that one for my pitcher. Yeah.
Just some plays that you could have helped the pitcher with. And these guys understand, they want to help the pitcher out as much as possible every time they go out there. Never want to make it difficult on them.
I've talked to Dan too. He's someone who really prides himself on his infield defense. He's been a guy who's been a good defender for this team for quite a long time. But he doesn't want to boot those balls for his pitcher. Like, that's something that does kind of get to him. And he kind of takes that into his plate approach next time he comes up. He's like, I want to do something to kind of atone for that error, even though he didn't get charged with one today.
Yeah, and it's a good mindset to have, especially being a guy that you're really a team leader.
The 0-2 pitch hit on the ground to first. That's a good play by Aiden McCaskey. Goes to second for one. Flip back to first base, not in time. Aiden McCaskey is also a guy that we've seen play a couple different positions for the Toronto Maple Leafs. First base is somewhere that we've seen him play a bit. Think back to the last time he was here with the Maple Leafs, but in the outfield as well. But it is a pretty crowded outfield for the Toronto Maple Leafs this season. That's going to be all for Nathan Cura. This is Adam Mara coming into the game for the Maple Leafs. So my apologies, got the pitcher wrong. Heading to break, it is Jeremy Newton coming into the game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Newton has pitched to an ERA of 3.48 this season. He's played in 10 1/3 innings for the Maple Leafs. Comes into the 6th inning, inheriting a runner at first base and a 13-4 Jackfish lead. In games like this, you kind of turn to some of the other storylines of the game. One is Robert Mullen trying to turn it around this season. Did have an RBI. It was an RBI sac fly, and one that Dennis DeBanning made a great catch on out in left field.
Yeah, he hit the ball hard, but DeBanning just made a better play over there in left.
Here's the 1-1. Mullen drills this one high and deep to left field, and he may have just broken out of the slump. That's his 10th home run on the season. That leads the Inter-County Baseball League. by a bit of a margin now. And this is a 15-4 game.
Well, like I said, he hit the ball hard last time, and that time he hit it even harder.
Yeah.
A mammoth shot over that left field wall.
It felt like that was coming for Mullen. He had a couple good swings today. That time he just got under it a little bit more than he did in his last at-bat. And that one was well up into the trees over and left. Here's Grayson Barrett, takes strike one.
Just go back on our conversation from earlier. It is not a full moon. It's a waning gibbous.
You don't even know what that is. What does that look like? You're going to look at it and be like, yeah, it's a pretty full moon. That's what you're going to do.
No, it's not.
Zach.
It's right there, man. It's right there. See? It's
Yeah,
not
that's a pretty
full.
full moon.
That's not a full moon.
Okay, well, it wasn't a crescent. Here's the 0-2. Okay, I looked at it yesterday, though.
It was quite literally the opposite of a waxing crescent.
Yeah, yeah, literally the opposite. Okay. I looked at it yesterday, and it was full.
Okay.
So it can't be much different today. Check swing, and that is a swing from Barrett. And no need to throw the ball to first base because Grayson Barrett is headed back to the dugout. Newton gets out of the 6th, but does surrender the home run to Mullen. It's 15-4. Welland Jackfish. Back here at Dominico Field, as you can see, there's a new pitcher into the game for the Welland Jackfish. That is Danny Howitt, the former Brantford Red Sox who joined the team last season with Welland. Danny Howitt has an ERA of 1.92 on the season, and boy, the Welland Jackfish must have really seen something in Danny Howitt when they got him from the Brantford Red Sox. ERA always, up over 4, sitting in the 8 range in 2022, but he's come in this season for the Welland Jackfish. Had a pretty good year last year, an ERA of 4.40, but this season has really been lights out for the Jackfish. He'll face Aiden McCaskey to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning, and McCaskey takes strike one. Last time out, Danny Howitt pitched an inning against the Brantford Red Sox, was good, gave up a hit, walked a couple, but when it was all said and done, with the bases loaded, he got out of it, didn't allow an earned run. With that being said, though, faced the Toronto Maple Leafs and did give up 3, but only one of them was earned. That was back on July 1st in that game out in Welland.
Yeah, the lefty has some good movement on his pitches. You can see it here at the first 2 to Aidan McCaskey.
McCaskey hits one hard on the ground. That one's to second base. Oh, what a play. Flipped to first in time. Zach, that was a heck of a play there by Jonah Weisner to snag that ball. We've seen some people have trouble with the hops on the infield. Not Weisner. Great play.
Yeah, Weisner read that perfectly. He gets the grab and does a really nice spin move to get it.
So nothing from the new faces for the Toronto Maple Leafs yet today. Now it's Dennis DeBanning. Takes strike 1. Don't think Dennis DeBanning liked that one. Especially for a guy that likes the ball on the outer half.
And a guy that's seen the ball extremely well as of late.
And DeBanning takes one on the outer half. That one clips the zone as well, and the count's 0-2. DeBanning hits one hard on the ground, but right to the shortstop, Luther. He flips onto first in time, and I'm not sure if it was Grayson Barrett slapping down the tag or if his foot was on the base. Either way, Dennis DeBanning is called out at first. I know DeBanning probably feels like he kind of got the short end of the stick there with, didn't like the call at first base, didn't like the strike 1 call, but with all that being said, Dennis DeBanning looks like he did at the beginning of the season, right? Like, he looks confident. He's hitting the ball pretty well. That was another hard hit ball. There's a lot of signs that Dennis DeBanning is exactly who the Maple Leafs thought he was going to be, as this one's chopped to shortstop, flipped to first. That's going to end the inning. You want to comment on that before we go?
Yeah, just going to say, it looked like partway through the season he wanted to make such an impact because, again, he's back in Toronto. He's back in the city he grew up in. And you want to make an impact, so you try a little too much. You get a little bit tighter at the plate. You're a little bit more picky at what you swing at. But, he seems like he's finally loosening up and just playing the game that he can enjoy.
Yeah. Couldn't agree with you more. It's a 15-4 lead for the Welland Jackfish as we head to the 7th. 15-4 Welland Jackfish here over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Jeremy Newton, who came out to finish out the 6th, starts things off in the 7th. Sorry, I was really trying
you
to
were locked in on that Skylar Janice.
I was trying to get you to the end of the game here. I'll keep an eye on it, though, for those interested in Kitchener and London. It's a 1-0 London lead. Uh-oh, Janice just put one in the dirt. Now the runner moves up to second
Look
base.
at that, calling 2 games at once here, Mr. West.
Yeah.
Talented man.
Some call it talent, some call it distracted.
I'll call it talent for you.
Thank you. Teo Porcelato at the dish here for the Jackfish. Newton's pitch. In there for a strike. Porcelato shakes his head at the call. Game in London has just ended. A 1-0 London major win over Kitchener. Skylar Janice comes in and gets the save. So London majors just keep on rolling. The Kitchener Panthers still trying to get back in the win column again. Good play at first base. This is Justin Mara who's come into the game at first. John Javier has moved from the outfield to catcher. He's behind the dish. Aiden McCaskey has moved out to right field. That's a position that we've seen him play.
Just a couple of positional changes.
Yeah, no lineup changes. Just, you know, I think most of it comes from just trying to kind of get Justin Mara off his feet a little bit, give him a little bit of rest behind the plate. John Javier, he's got those fresh knees.
I was going to say, got the young knees.
And McCaskey is definitely a candidate to play the outfield this season for the Maple Leafs. You know, maybe they get to see him get some reps in the outfield as well.
So earlier in the game, we had a big crowd sitting behind home plate, and learned that it was, I believe it's a team of some sort from England that came out. They were watching the game.
Oh, very good.
And I loved it. I think the coach or the teacher, whoever they're with, just said, "Everyone, I need you to pick up all your rubbish."
That's how you knew.
That's how. Well, I think our in-host announcer, Michael, he said the rowdiest bunch from England.
Jeremy Newton gets the punch out, and that's out number 2. Yeah, they were really good fans. They were getting fired up. Bobby Armstrong, right? He was getting them all fired up.
Bobby was doing some one-arm push-ups, had the crowd going crazy.
Excellent. 2 away. Jeremy Newton has got a quick first 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Something we haven't seen a lot of today on the side of the Toronto Maple Leafs pitching. The top of the 2nd inning, the only scoreless one so far for the Jackfish. Newton trying to replicate that here in the 7th. Is 1-0 to Luther. That one finds the zone. Newton got on top of that one a little bit, throws it in the dirt. Brendan Luther 2 for 4 today, a couple RBIs. He's raised that batting average to 378 on the season. The 2-1 on the outside corner. Newton placed it perfectly. Jeremy Newton, the 4th pitcher for the Maple Leafs today. Berenbaum, Alvarado, Cura, and now Newton trying to get through his 2nd inning. This one's hit on the ground. Ross at short, bobbles it, picks it up, throws to first, not in time.
looked like he tried to play it off his back foot, and it ate him up a little bit in that glove.
Yeah, it's always a tough decision to, get it on the hop or take it on the short hop. And fortunately, Ross had to take that one on the short hop, and it was a tough play. Brandon Hupe hails at a North Delta, British Columbia. At the dish now for the Jackfish. Hupe takes strike one. And then Hupe played some baseball last season with the Trois Rivières in the Frontier League. Also played in the NAIA, kind of like the Maple Leaf center fielder Chad Picton. The 0-1, Hupe checks his swing and went around, and Newton a strike away from getting out of the top of the 7th.
Yeah, Hupe has had a really good game so far today. I mean, out of the 9-hole, he has flipped this order over multiple times, and he's just caused havoc for Toronto Maple Leafs pitching.
0-2 the count. And Newton got him. Great pitch over the inner half. Jeremy Newton works through a scoreless top of the 7th inning. It's the Jackfish who lead 15-4. Spencer Ross leading things off for the Maple Leafs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Takes a first pitch strike. Danny Howitt entered into the game in the 6th, back on the mound here in the 7th. Howitt's faced 3 batters, been perfect so far. Delivers high to Ross. Well, how about Howland Knoll today? I mean, gave up the 4-run inning, but that was it. Got through 5 innings of work, 7 hits, 4 earned, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts.
Yeah, he looked efficient today, and for his first start of the season, that's definitely something the Welland Jackfish are going to look into and say, hey, maybe we have an extra guy if we ever need in some of these tough stretches where you have multiple games in just a short amount of days.
That's worth noting there. Greg Marco just entered into the game, and I think he was going to throw that ball back to – he's the catcher, by the way. He's going to throw that ball back to Danny Howitt and kind of tried to hold up and ended up rolling the ball all the way into the outfield. So, Welland Jackfish just had to go collect that one. Greg Marco has been with the Jackfish since back in 2019. That's ball 4 to Spencer Ross, so he's aboard with his second walk. Back to the top of the order for the Maple Leafs. This is Ryan Dos Santos. He's got Spencer Ross over at first base, and Dos Santos takes a strike. Ryan Dos Santos drilled a double in his last at-bat.
Yeah, he's 2 for 3 on the day. He's hit the ball hard all 3 times. He lined out in his first at-bat, he singled, and like you said, he doubled last time up.
Ryan Dos Santos has got that batting average up to 244 now on the season. Here's the 0-1.
And obviously batting average doesn't tell the whole tale, but I'm sure he's pretty happy with it slowly increasing. A guy that usually hits around the 300 mark. He understands that, you know, he wants to get a couple more base hits rather than just walking all the time.
2-1 pitch finds the outside corner, and it's 2-2. He still might get to 300 this season.
He very much can. Very much can. We know the player that he is.
The 2-2 upstairs.
And if there's one person that's very mechanically sound about their swing at the plate and how they, you know, execute, it's Dos Santos.
Full count now. Dos Santos swings and misses, strike 3. Couple games that just went final in the Intercounty Baseball League. As mentioned before, London a 1-0 win over Kitchener, a 2-0 win for the Hamilton Cardinals over the Chatham-Kent Barnstormers. Fernando Rodney came in. He got the save, and right now the Barrie Baycats and Brantford Red Sox are also in a game kind of like ours. 13-4 is the score for Barrie. Jackfish have 15 runs on 15 hits. Maple Leafs 4 runs on 7 hits today. John Javier at the dish. The 0-1. Javier hits it sky high. It's on the infield a mile up there. And then eventually it comes down into the glove of Luther, the shortstop. So there's 2 away in the inning now. John Javier pops out to Luther. And now it's Jordan Castaldo. Castaldo 0 for 2 today, but he has got on base via a walk. Castaldo takes strike 1. What do you think he was thinking there? Outside.
A little bit.
Here's how it's 0-1. Jordan Castaldo hits this one in the air, deep to center field, but right at the center fielder, Gio Morello. And Jordan Castaldo, man, did everything right. Lined that ball straight to center, back up the middle, but just couldn't buy himself a base hit. To the 8th we go, a big lead for the Jackfish here in Toronto.
new pitcher into the game. It's going to be a Yami Sato coming on in relief here in the top half of the 8th inning. Leading things off, it'll be top of the order. Jonah Weisner, who has been red hot so far today, will step up to face Sato. Sato's first pitch to Weisner. It's that slow breaking ball. Catch the outside half for strike 1.
Always a little bit of a buzz here whenever Sato comes into the game. Did hear a couple extra cheers. The 0-2, just outside. Sato to Weisner. And the 1-2 misses low, count 2-2. No, 2-1. 2-1, sorry, the count.
2 balls, 1 strike there.
Yami Sato comes into this outing with an ERA of 12.71 and 11 1/3 innings pitched. Struck out 8 batters over that stretch. Full count. Sato delivers. And it's fouled off. Boy, Yami Sato put that pitch exactly where she wanted to, but Jonah Weisner just able to get a piece. This is not an easy task for Sato to come in here against the first place team, 1-2-3.
Yeah, it's a tough ask.
Here's the 3-2. Weisner just gets a piece. Good battle. Well, if there's one thing Sato has done well this season, it has been throw strikes out there on the mound for the Maple Leafs. She's only walked 1 batter in the 11 1/3 innings pitched this season. Battling here against Jonah Weisner. And it's hit on the ground. This one to Dan Mara at second base. Scoops it up, throws to first. Good play by Mara at second, and that's out number 1.
That's that slow roller, right? You know, you get the batters to roll over on it, and that's exactly what Sato needs to do with that curveball.
So that's the first tough out in Weisner, and now it's Gio Morello. Morello 2 for 4 today. Struck out, walked, had an RBI, scored a run. He's done just about everything. Takes low, ball 1. Best pitch for Yami Sato, the curveball. He's able to locate that pitch perfectly wherever she wants to. I was talking to Dustin Richardson, and he said, you know, there's no one better on the team that can locate pitches than Yami Sato. The 1 pitch, how's that for a location? The 1-1. Morello hits this one on the ground. This time it's to first. Justin Mara scoops it up, goes to the bag. 2 up, 2 down for Sato.
And it's a rollover on 2 curveballs. First one to second base, and the second one rolls over to Mara just like that. And that's what you want to see out of Sato.
Pierre-Olivier Boucher comes to the dish now. 1 for 5 so far today. RBI double and a sac fly gives him 3 RBIs. Boucher takes outside, ball 1. Boucher hitting .278 so far on the season. Sato's 1-0. Boucher fouls it straight back. Count now 1-1 on Boucher. Sato missed with that curveball, and now it's 2-1.
Yeah, just left it out a little bit. Try to pick that bottom corner.
The 2-1. Finds the zone 2-2. Sato trying to get through a clean top of the 8th. The pitch to Boucher. And it's hit on the ground. Weak league to second base. Dan Mara charges it. Throws to first. A 1-2-3 inning for Yami Sato in the top of the 8th inning. It's a 15-4 Welland Jackfish lead as we head to the bottom half of the 8th. Bottom of the 8th inning here in Toronto. Jackfish by a bundle here. Danny Howitt on the mound. And here is Chad Picton. Picton looking for his first hit as a Toronto Maple Leaf. Here's the 0-1 from Howitt. Picton takes a strike. Pretty good pitch at the bottom of the zone.
Yeah, Howitt's come in and he's continued the dominant pitching of the Jackfish so far today.
Danny Howitt's been really good on the season for the Welland Jackfish with that sub-2 ERA. Oh, he reached back for a little extra on that one, but missed outside. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. So Howitt gets the strikeout. Picton goes down swinging, and now here's Justin Mara.
First baseman, number 9, Justin Mara.
Well, Justin Mara was the only one that's provided the spark for the Leafs today. He had that game-tying home run earlier in the game to make it 4-4, but then the Jackfish just gritted down, and they really stopped any of the momentum is the word I was trying to find. Is
Yeah.
momentum that the Leafs were building.
Well, momentum's kind of a good word to describe what that home run meant to Justin Mara today. You know, if we were to talk to Justin Mara after the game, which we're not, you know, he wouldn't want to talk about the home run at all, right? Like, he won't care. It's all about, you know, the team and what happened with the team as Mara fouls one straight back. But, you know, if you think of that in the grand scheme of things for Justin Mara, you know, he'll build off that swing. He knows what that feels like. Justin Mara is a guy that, you know, can get hot and stay hot for the Maple Leafs. We've seen it many times before. League MVP back in 2017. So that might pay dividends, that home run by Justin Mara down the line for the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, and like you said, just kind of build off of that and go into the next game with that kind of swing and that approach that he had. Because it was a good approach. He really, really did work Noel well in that at-bat. Noel painted 2 outside fastballs on him, tried to go there for a third time. He didn't get the call. Justin spit on the pitch, and he tried to come inside and sneak one by him, and you just can't do that against a good hitter like Justin Mara.
Yeah, you know, as we say that, though, on the strikeout, he struck out on a pitch in the dirt. Now, that might just kind of be the way this game's going, you know. But that's something Justin Mara hasn't done very often, is swing at that breaking ball in the dirt. He gets himself in trouble when he starts chasing pitches, but when he's selective and he waits for his pitch, that's a good sign. Aiden McCaskey also looking for his first hit back with the Maple Leafs. Takes a strike on the outer half. I think the strike zone's getting a little bit wider here as this game goes on, but it's definitely going both ways now. The 1-2. Aiden McCaskey lines into the outfield. That's down for a base hit. So welcome back, Aiden McCaskey. He gets his first hit of the season, and he's aboard. Good swing there from McCaskey, and now here comes Dennis DeBanning, who's 1 for 3 today.
And obviously the score, you know, being lopsided right now, there have been a couple shining moments for the Maple Leafs. I mean, Dennis DeBanning, he's had 3 really good at-bats. Justin Mara had that big blast earlier in the game, and, you know, Ryan Dos Santos, he's hit the ball hard all 3 times so far today. You know, it's just these little things that the Leafs, if they clean up, they fix, they're going to look really good coming down the stretch.
Oh, DeBanning just missed that one as he pops it foul. In terms of good days at the dish, I mean, I'd throw Spencer Ross into that category. He's only 1 for 1, but, you know, he's drawn a couple walks, and he's kind of been a bit of a spark plug out of the number 9 hole for the Maple Leafs.
That's the big thing, out of the 9 hole.
Here's the 1-1. DeBanning takes high.
If you're able to do that out of the 9 hole, that just speaks wonders for really when you get penciled in there in the lineup down the stretch or even in a playoff game. If you're able to flip over the lineup to your big hitters, that's like always a key thing to have.
The 2-1. DeBanning hits this one in the air, going the other way to right, and that one's down and off the wall. DeBanning is going to head for second base. Here's the throw, not in time. It's an RBI double for Dennis DeBanning.
And that right there, I mean, that's Dennis DeBanning's probably power swing if we've ever seen it. He just goes the opposite way. It's a beautiful swing. The ball just tailing towards the line, and that's when he keeps his hands inside. He's able to just drive the ball. He has pure power at all parts of the park, but that right there is probably his A swing.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that ball was on the outer half. He just got his hands to it. Man, is he ever good at that. So stay hot, Dennis DeBanning. He's on second base right now, 2 for 4 today, drives in a run. Man, it's going to be hard to keep Dennis DeBanning out of the lineup. I know it's a pretty crowded outfield out there for the Maple Leafs, but I don't know. With the way he's swinging it right now, he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's really tough if you ever, you know, construct a lineup how you want to do it. But DeBanning, he's really earning his playing time right now, and I think that's the key thing.
Mara takes strike 1. Spencer Ross on deck. Maple Leafs trying to tack on a few runs here against Howitt and the Welland Jackfish as Mara swings and misses. Dan Mara's heading to the All-Star game in Hamilton next Sunday. That was something that, you know, it means a lot to him. It was kind of a bucket list thing for Dan Mara. You know, he's played in this league for 14 years. You know, they haven't had a lot of All-Star games. If they did, Dan would have been at them earlier in his career. There's no question about it, as he fouls this pitch off. But, you know, when I talked to him before the game today, he said, you know, just one of those things that he can say he's done in the Intercounty Baseball League. And I don't know if there's anyone more deserving of being at an All-Star game as Dan Mara. If you talk to him, he'll kind of say, you know, I'm at the later end of my career. Doesn't look like that numbers-wise. He's still producing just like he was at the beginning of his career.
And I mean, the approach at the plate, the consistency, the professionalism that he comes to every game with, you know. He's always here early. He's always here either throwing BP to his team, hitting the ground balls with the fungo.
Yeah, sorry, commentator's curse there. Dan Mara strikes out. Done that twice today. I might be a long time. We'll have to look up. Might be a long time since Dan Mara has 2 strikeouts in a game, but doesn't have a lot of impact in the grand scheme of things today for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They've got 3 outs to work with, but first the Welland Jackfish will get a turn at the plate in the top of the 9th. Eugene Lee into the game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's the new pitcher. Also, Greg Marco, who took over for Robert Mullen doing the catching duties, he's also getting his first at-bat. First pitch from Lee. Misses outside. Marco chops this one on the ground to short.
Foul ball.
Oh, it went off his foot. Okay. Did look kind of weird coming to the box. Zach Lamprey is the new shortstop for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay, so a couple changes here. In the outfield, it's DeBanning on left, Kaleo Shaw in center. That happened last inning. Sorry, we forgot to update you on that one. And then Aiden McCaskey is out in right field. At third base, Chad Picton, a little bit more familiar position for him. Yeah, it still says second base to Spencer Ross, but that's definitely Zach Lamprey. Dan Mara is at second. Justin Mara at first. John Javier catching. There you go. Swing and a miss by Marco. Good pitch there from Lee. Counts 2-2.
I still can't believe it's not windy at all right now.
Still hot and humid.
Very humid day.
10:45 here in Toronto. Marco takes outside. Zach just made his own strike call on the booth on that pitch.
Thought I would get the call before the ump made it. I was in the wrong there. That's on me, folks.
Marco takes outside, ball 4. So the new catcher for the Jackfish will head down to first base. Eugene Lee walks the first batter he faces. New batter into the game for the Jackfish. This is Josh Marchese. He's replacing Grayson Barrett. And he takes outside on the outside corner, strike 1. After that, it's Mateo Porcelato. The 0-1 from Lee. Outside 1-1. Marchese in 32 at-bats, hitting 178 on the season, a home run and 6 RBIs for the Jackfish. The 1-1 from Lee. On the outside corner, strike 2.
It's a backdoor slider right there by Lee. Like that placement.
Eugene Lee looked really good last time out. Against the Barrie Baycats, just needed to face 3 batters in his inning of work. And for Eugene Lee, I mean, he's kind of been hot and cold this season. Had a good start. Pitched a third of an inning against Kitchener back on May 29th. That was his first outing of the season. Then had a couple where he gave up some earned runs and then looked really good again against the Barrie Baycats. Here's the 1-2. And he just missed. Two and 2 the count now on Marchese. Lee would love a ground ball here in this situation. Or how about that? A punch out on Josh Marchese. And that's out number 1.
Just demonstrating some good velo on that fastball right there by Eugene Lee.
Blew it right by him.
Just a really good pitch.
Mateo Porcelato to the dish. This will be his 6th plate appearance on the day. Porcelato takes ball 1. Mateo Porcelato is 1 for 4. He's scored a couple runs. He's walked. Getting .427 on the season for the Jackfish. The 2-0. In there for a strike. Well, Rene Takaoka is the only thing standing between a hit here for Mateo Porcelato and the IBL average leader this season. Yeah, we'll have to see what Takaoka did in the game, his game today, but.
I believe they're still in their game right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. They're in a long one, too. That's the Brantford Red Sox. There's the 2-2 to Porcelato. Strike 3 called. Eugene Lee paints the inside corner, and there's 2 away. Austin Gom comes to the dish. 2 for 5 today. Struck out twice, scored twice. Would like a hit here to get his batting average up to 300. Takes strike one.
See all the players at the home plate, they're all smiling.
The 0-1 pitch. This one's fouled off and it's 0-2. Oh, Eugene Lee, a pitch away from getting another good outing here for the Maple Leafs. And he just missed outside. Two strikeouts already in the inning from Eugene Lee. Can he reach back for another one here against Gom? In the dirt. That one's going to skip away from John Javier. Goes high off the backstop.
Almost bounced over the fence.
Yeah, it took a crazy hop. I think it went off the shin guard of Javier. So naturally, that'll allow Greg Barco to move up to second base. Lee in a 2-2 count with Austin Gom. And he paints the outside corner. Yes, sir, he got him. Eugene Lee strikes out the side for the Maple Leafs in the top of the 9th inning. 3 outs remaining for the Maple Leafs. Lots of work to do. To the bottom half we go in the 9th. New pitcher of the game for the Welland Jackfish. It's Anthony Porcelato trying to come in and close things out, if that name sounds familiar, brother of Mateo, who is on the Welland Jackfish. He'll face Zach Lamprey to lead things off for the Maple Leafs. Then Kaleo Shaw, who will get his first at-bat of the game, came in for Ryan Dos Santos defensively in center. Where is he playing, actually? Kaleo Shaw.
He comes in for the number 9 hitter.
Oh, so he is in center field. Well, hold on. He came in for Dos Santos, who was playing third base. Then Picton moved.
Kaleo Shaw came in for Dos Santos.
Right, that's what I meant. And then Picton moved to third base.
Yes. I thought you were talking about Lamprey.
No. Lamprey takes low, 2-0 now. Anthony Porcelato has pitched 4 innings for the Welland Jackfish this season. Has an ERA of 9.00. 2-0, right down the middle for a strike. Lamprey gets into this one, drills it out to right field, and a jumping catch. No. I think that ball falls out there in the outfield. Oh, no. No, that was a catch out there in right field. Oh, my goodness. What a play by Brandon Hupe.
I mean, I'm speechless. He went up for that. Somehow, on land impact, was still able to hold on to the ball and make a sensational catch. Brandon Hupe has had a heck of a ball game here today. What a catch.
Wow. That was a full dive straight into the fence.
It's impressive to do.
Great play. Tough break for Zach Lamprey at the plate as well. He hit that ball really well. Now Kaleo Shaw. Shaw hits one on the ground, snared by Porcelato on the mound, flips to first, 2 away. Final out now for the Maple Leafs. Now here comes John Javier. He's 1 for 4 today.
Well, I've done it with every single other one of his at-bats. Do you think he's swinging first pitch?
Yeah.
Mr. Javier?
Not
No.
that one.
My apologies there, John.
The 0-1. Javier fouls it off. Big rip at that one.
And we've talked about it last home game with the Maple Leafs when they were playing Kitchener, but, you know, the home and away records across the IBL, it is just something to keep an eye on, and just how shocking it is that these teams, for some reason, something around the league this year, it is very difficult to win at home.
Yeah, Toronto Maple Leafs have played better on the road than they have at home so far this season.
Majority of the league so far this
Yeah,
year is
same
the
can
same
be.
boat.
Yep. 2-1. High chopper. This one's the third base. Porcelato helps out his brother by throwing out the runner, John Javier. So the Toronto Maple Leafs drop this one by a score of 15-5 in what was an all-around pretty good offensive performance from the Welland Jackfish today.
I mean, everything went right for Welland today. They really came alive once Wilhelmus Alvarado came into the ball game. You know, Josh Berenbaum did everything he possibly could. He pitched a heck of a game to start, but the Jackfish, they're red hot right now, winners of their last 5.
Yeah, the 5-run 5th inning maybe would be the turning point for the Welland Jackfish. They went on to add on 6 in the 6th after that, and that kind of swayed the momentum in their favor after getting those runs. The Toronto Maple Leafs, you know, they got that big swing from Justin Murray, tied the game 4-4. Then Welland scored 1, but yeah, it was that 4-run 5th that kind of put the nail in the coffin for the Toronto Maple Leafs today. So the Welland Jackfish get 15 runs on 15 hits. The Maple Leafs, 5 runs on 9 hits, 3 errors as well for Toronto. Final score 15-5 Welland Jackfish. For myself, Thomas West, as well as Zach Benoit. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.